Hey everybody, it's Jamie and this is From the Heart Live. Um, I need to talk about what's happened to me in the last week or so. Um, Thursday night during Region Free, someone came into the Region Free chat claiming to be me. I didn't get to see what those messages were because Lauren was on the ball and he erased them immediately. But my husband saw them and he told me what they said, and they were not pleasant. Then he came back in pretending to be my husband with his full name. That was bad. That upset me greatly. He took advantage of the fact that I was a little too open with him. See, unfortunately, I gave this person my email address, and he found out my last name through my email address. And because of that, he knew my husband's last name, and he obviously listened to me say his first name. So he was able to make a fake account, come in, pretend to be my husband, and say some pretty awful things, um, such as get back in the kitchen, bitch. I'm going to take your camera again, and whatever else it was. But it was a bunch of stuff that it was just not necessary. And I was fine with it until that night. I go onto Haydens' stream afterwards. And believe me, I'm elated at this time because I had just spent, an hour talking with Diane Franklin on Region Free. And that was one of the best moments of my entire life. And one that I never imagined would ever happen to me. So it was hard to break my mood or break my spirit. So for me to go in there and then all of a sudden my address, my real address, is sitting there in caps, all caps, in Hayden's chat, while Hayden is in his car, mind you, and he cannot do anything because he's driving. I had to sit there with my address exposed for quite a while before someone could take care of it. And honestly, I didn't even really get to take care of it until the next day because of the way that YouTube works with the chat. The replay didn't come up, and I had to wait for the replay to come up to actually delete it. So I was exposed for quite a while, and that upset me pretty bad. Now, I know he had already done this to Lance, which I was mad at him about, and we were all mad at him about. But after he did this doxing to me, that night he called my mother and father-in-law and my brother-in-law. How he got their number is probably I don't know exactly. He must have looked it up. He had some information on me, and I haven't been very good at keeping my information guarded, and I really regret that now. But he called my family in the middle of the night and told them that my husband is abusing me. That is a flat out lie. That's not true. He's taking one incident that happened one time when we had a fight, and he took my camera being a hothead and turned that into he's abusing me. Why? I don't know. Why is he why is he attacking me? I don't know. The only thing I can think of is that he figures, because he knows all these things, that I'm an easy target. So the last couple days have been very frightening, very scary for me. He is close enough to drive here quickly. And that has made me very worried and very upset. Gypsy, I will say his name one time, and that is all I will do. And if DJ Donnelly is in here, DJ Donnelly needs to know that that Al, I will say it once, Al used his name when he called my family and said that he was DJ. So, and the funny thing is, I'm not so sure that Al's smart enough to figure out that that's not possible. Okay. It's not possible. That person lives in another country and has an accent. So, stupid. God, I'm getting mad. I'm sorry. So, I've spent the last couple days, laying low, hunkering down, checking all my locks, walking around my house, making sure that everything's safe. Having my husband, make sure all his guns are accessible. And I've planted, landmines around my house. So I wouldn't come here if I was you, because you're coming to my family's hill. And if you do, you're going to get my whole family against you. So I don't think that's a very smart idea. But because he does live that close, I feel extremely uncomfortable with the situation. So I've tried to lay low so that I don't upset anybody. But I wanted to say my piece because I have checked into the legalities of it. And so far, because he hasn't directly threatened me, I can't do anything about it. But if he does anything more, listen, I'm not going to, if he promises to leave me alone, then I'll leave it alone. I didn't do anything to deserve any of this. I didn't do anything to him. I don't remember one time he just started yelling at me one day about my being a drama queen, and there was no reason to even do that. I don't even understand why he did. A little joke I said about Andrea Daddario and tickling his sphincter. Is that what it did it? I'm not sure. I don't even know. It seems strange that he would just attack me out of all people. And I really wish he wouldn't have. Because I feel scared and unsafe, and I don't appreciate that, because I almost quit. I almost quit this entire thing. I almost decided not to come back to Region Free, to my own channel, to Coffee Time, to anybody's streams, because I don't feel safe. I have had traumas in my life that, I have PSTD from, like my cousin getting kidnapped and murdered. So it didn't exactly sit well with me. But I don't think it's fair that I don't have my own say. So I thought that it'd be a good idea for me to come out, make a statement about it, do a live stream and tell you all exactly what happened to me, so that everyone can understand that this person is not right. And I consider him slightly, he might even be dangerous. And I don't know. I can't trust anything, because to me, he was totally normal, and then he flipped on a dime. So with that being said, I just want all this to go away. I want it all to go away. I don't want any more trouble. I don't want any more phone calls to my family. And I'm going to tell you right now, if there are any more phone calls to my family, there's going to be a lot more trouble. So I really recommend not doing that, because there's going to be more trouble if you do, because I will pursue issues if more goes on. So please, you know who you are. I'm begging you, calm down, relax. I don't know what I did to you to deserve this, but would you please stop? I'm asking you to stop and to leave me and leave my family alone. Okay, so now that that's done, I would like to bring in a couple people that have joined me for tonight. And first off, we've got Stone Gassman. Hey, Stone.
Good evening, all. How you all doing?
I'm doing good now that I got all that out. I know I stuttered my way through it a little bit, but I'm a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous talking about this stuff, because I'm usually a little more reserved when it comes to these things. But I felt it was important.
It's completely understandable.
Yeah.
It's completely understandable, Jamie. Believe me. I mean, I've said this before: is nobody should have to go through this kind of crap. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's
I
it's
know.
it's absolutely ridiculous.
I know.
I mean,
I just hope that he listens and understands that he's attacking me and I didn't do anything. So I just want
mhm.
him to leave me alone. So my having this on record to me is very important. So, and we have Lauren. Oh, pistachio flavored arsenic. That's who it is.
The world would be better if there was pistachio flavored arsenic.
Indeed.
Because right now it has a slight almond flavor, and it's a
Yes.
little harsh, I think.
Yes.
So just remember, kids, the internet is like a city. Has all these wonderful museums and places to go see film and live performances and hang out with friends. And that's all awesome, but it also has back alleys and drug dealers and a lot of dark places that can be extraordinarily dangerous. So, just hold your information close to your chest, and when we have someone go out of the fences in the community, we need to be compassionate, but we need to be strong. And if you find yourself having said something hurtful to someone in the heat of a moment, there's a thing called an apology that makes all these after effects go away pretty quickly.
Indeed. I'm just putting a message out there that the link is in the description if you want to join. Although, if you do want to join, you have to have a camera on and I have to be able to see your face. If I can't see your face, I'm not going to let you on. So,
That's a good move.
yes. You're right, Gypsy. That I shouldn't use my own name, but I'm going to say this. I've been doing, YouTube now for over 2 years. I was on Coffee Time with my real name, and I never had any problems with anyone bothering me too personally before. So I honestly didn't think it was that big of a deal to, use my real name and, put my self out there like that. I probably shouldn't have told people where I live. That probably wasn't the best idea, but I do enjoy talking about my where I live, and I do enjoy talking about what the area I'm from because I'm kind of proud of the area I'm from. So I don't, I I'm sort of torn on that a little bit. It's not that I just didn't think that this was ever going to happen, I guess, and I probably should have been a lot smarter about it. It really wasn't very smart of me to be as open as I've been, but I'm too trusting and too nice. That's my main problem.
I don't have those problems.
We know. So I watched this I've never seen, like, I love the Trailer Park Boys, right? So I watched their show. Like, I've seen the series like 3 times all the way through now. And I caught a movie of theirs that I had never seen before yesterday, and it was fantastic. Um, it was one about Bubbles where he loses all his cats while he's in jail. All his cats get taken to the SPCA, and he gets back from jail, and he's like completely upset. And the whole movie's about him planning on breaking into the SPCA to get his cats back, and it's hilarious. I suggest everybody check it out if you're looking for something light and funny to watch, which I've definitely been looking for comedies the last few days. I think that that one's a really good one, so you guys should go check that out. I don't know if you like the Trailer Park Boys or not.
I've never seen. I mean, I've seen people who live in trailer parks, but I've never seen anything by a comedy group called the Trailer Park Boys.
Oh my gosh, they're hilarious. Hilarious.
Yeah, comedy usually doesn't work for me.
This kind of comedy is it's nonsensical, and it's basically it's stoner comedy, and it's very lewd and crude, lots of swearing, and I don't know, I like that. I like really super adult content. Guess what they have on Netflix now, Lauren?
Uh,
Hellfest.
oh, well, that's good. I get frustrated. I don't want to like push people. I spent a year pushing people towards Hellfest. But I do get frustrated that we have this time when like supposedly everything should be available because digitally we don't have to worry about the availability of discs, right? Like we all love physical media and we get so excited about the idea of owning, quote unquote, owning, because all you do is own a piece of metal and plastic. You don't own the movie that's encoded on it. You just have access whenever you'd like. But that gets us very excited. But on the same rate, we forget that sometimes you had to find a physical copy, right? And that could
Yeah.
sometimes be a struggle too. So we're in this age where everything hypothetically should be available to us. But because we're paying for 3 or 4 streaming services, and that's a $60, $80 bill, whatever it is for you, right? If the film you want is not on those services, then you got to rent it from Amazon anyway. So it's like
Yes.
taking that trip to Blockbuster anyway. And that's very frustrating to me because I think that because there's so much content available on the services we already belong to, we find ourselves like saying, yeah, I really want to see this, or this was suggested to me. This has gotten great reviews, but these are free and I'm already paying for them. And I think that might be leading us down the wrong trail.
Plus, like the other night when I watched Gothica, I actually rented it through Amazon when it was actually free on Netflix, and I didn't check. So I should have done like a thorough check. I mean, it's not like $2 is going to kill me because it was only like $1.99 rental, but still, I mean, I could have got it for free and not had to worry about paying that $1.99. I could have spent that $1.99 on a pack of gum.
I'm getting very, very fond of redbox.com, which it seems pointless, right? Because it's not a stream. Well, there is a streaming service called Redbox, but that's not, you can't get through their website. But there's a locator on it for used copies of their movies that's available at the kiosks. And as a guy who doesn't care about art, you may have noticed, just if I want to own a film, these are Blu-ray copies for $5. And you're kind of in the same boat, Jamie, in that you still think DVD is a decent format, as do I.
Yeah.
I don't need everything on Blu-ray, and I certainly don't need everything on 4K. It depends on the film.
Right.
Hellfest, I wouldn't own on another format besides the best format because I'm going to watch it that much and because that film looks the way it looks.
I love that movie so much. I can't wait to turn it on. I'm planning on watching it tonight. I love it.
It's so good, and I understand the people who have expectations that are in different quarters, but can't do anything about that. But I mean, at this point, if something major comes out that I like, don't even love, but like, and I can wait a month, I can buy it from Redbox used without art for $5 on Blu-ray. Well, let's be real. It costs the same thing to buy something digitally.
Yes.
So,
but I don't like buying digitally. See, I don't like that because then I feel like it's not mine. It doesn't feel like, I know, like when I go on my PlayStation, some of the games that I actually download rather than buy a physical copy of, I realize they're mine. But I also realize that like I don't have absolute control. I don't have that box with the game, with the disc, and I kind of regret that with some games. I really do I do like to own the physical copy of things because then it makes me feel like I own it. Otherwise, all this digital stuff, it doesn't feel like it's controlled by me. It feels like it's controlled by someone else.
Because it is.
Right.
But again, here's the upside. It's because I think this is a complex subject. I really like people get way simplistic about it, and I strongly disagree. On the other hand, right? So take a company like the Film Detective, which I know that Stone is very aware of, but most people in our community really aren't. They're a smaller company that does remasters of older films, classic films from the 20s through the 50s. And they put a lot of money into these films that can never make their money back. They know that to begin with. Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. Corny, are you alive?
Oh, my face hurts now. And no, I'm not naked. I have a shirt on.
I was going to leave.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry. Keep going, Lauren.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying that it's... I worry that a company like that, which is doing a great public good as far as I'm concerned, doesn't have a home in streaming. So they might have been eking out and losing a little bit of money in physical, but at least the people who were really hardcore bought the physical disc, right?
Right.
So if you wanted a remastered copy of The Vampire Bat, right? Now, there's not many of us out there, but those that are gonna pay the $22 that your DVD or the $35 that your Blu-ray costs. But you're not going to convince one person to subscribe to a streaming service for the Vampire Bat.
Mm-mm.
So I feel like there's a good place for streaming films. A new Transformers movie comes out. I don't know why it would exist digital any way but digitally at this point, because that audience, that's who they are.
I haven't even seen that. Is it bad? I mean,
they're all bad. They're all really
they're
bad.
all bad, true. But is it? I don't know. Is it worth buying if you have the other movies? Because sometimes when I buy other movies, I might have Transformers 1. I'm not sure. Sometimes I like to buy like the whole set, make sure I have every single one of them. That one might be one that I look. My son liked Transformers growing up, so I saw them all, but I haven't seen this most recent one. So
I'm sure I have not either. I know I've seen bits and pieces of all of them, and I think I saw the first 2 in theaters. I don't even know why. I think friends dragged me. And look, to be honest with you, the movies are no worse than the cartoon was, to be honest, because the cartoon sucked too. But people are nostalgic because it hit them at a certain time in their life, and they were the market.
Right.
They were selling cereal to kids by showing them, a robot turn into a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Are we going to pretend this is high art? That this is a great thing? Of course it's not. But you see, I just feel like there's a place in the marketplace for even that. Not for me. It's not my thing. But there's people who that it is for, and I celebrate that. I just want a democracy of the marketplace, whereas the people who want an older film that's restored that could exist better on physical medium have that option, and the people who want more of the flavor of the moment, they have digital for that. It's no different to me than Blockbuster or Redbox existing alongside the ability to buy a disc. But I want them all to continue to exist, and that seems like not really in our future. That democracy is coming to an end.
I've never ever gotten a movie out of Redbox before. I've never
I love Redbox.
You said the Empty Man's there, right?
It is.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's a new movie, right? Brand new.
It does not have a physical release on schedule.
And I'm looking at you, Lauren, to make that announcement if it does.
It'll
I don't
happen.
Keep up with the news that much.
You'll have to watch every single stream I do to get that information, though.
Rock Music Forever is calling me mom.
Hey, that's not that bad of a situation to be in.
Oh, Hayden, I guess you're a new guy.
Yeah.
Hi, Rock Music. Nice to meet you.
Rock Music Forever 90. This is Hayden. Hayden, right. This is Rock Music Forever 90.
Hayden
apparently calls me mom.
Well, there's a time and a place for that. Actually, there's many times and many places to call. But
DJ Donnelly, I am glad you are here. I have something to tell you. I don't know if you caught the beginning of the stream or not, but you need to know that I was doxed by Al, and he also called my family members and told them that my husband was abusing me, and he told them that he was you. So I think you should know.
Really? That's who he was impersonating?
Yes. So I think you should know, DJ, that is happening. And hopefully it's not going to be happening anymore. But I wanted you to know that he was trying to say that he was you. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't you.
Yeah, that's probably not.
Yeah.
I do want to say one thing. Oh, shit, I forgot. No, wait.
You can. Go ahead. Free forum.
No, I really did forget. Hold on. It'll come back to me. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, I just wanted to say, he's trying to sit there on the Twin Peaks Coffee Time channel in the chat and act like none of this happened.
Yep.
And like, oh, I'm innocent. These people are making stuff up, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, it really did happen. Like there are so many people that can corroborate that story, and I even released the text messages that kind of was the beginning of him snapping when he, sent all these horrible text messages to a lot of the people in the community, which, you know, I'm glad he did because he really showed a lot of us at once that he was really losing grip with, I don't want to say reality, but, losing grip with, I don't know, he's going crazy. That's all I have to say.
Hey, Cameron, James has assured me that he banned him. So
okay, that's good.
He told me that he is banned because I wrote to James personally and I said, well, everyone else has banned him, and I've been a really loyal person, a really loyal fan of this show for a very long time, and I really, really hope that you'll consider banning him because otherwise, I'm afraid I would have to stop watching Coffee Time, and that would really upset me. That would chase me away from that show. Would very much upset me, and
something upset you about Coffee Time?
Oh no, never. Oh, I just have the most hilarious love-hate relationship with that channel. No, but those guys, I mean, I know I don't always get along with them guys, but I do care about them, and I don't want to have to stop watching the show because to me it's where I began. It's home, and I don't want to be chased away from it. So I'm glad that James took my side and understands what I'm going through, so that Al, he didn't even apologize, and he totally denied everything. So I'm not going to say his name again.
I really suggest we actually just move on from it and don't give him any more energy than we have, only because this is what he's searching for.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
That, and I don't know what, I mean, does it give him some kind of thrill to like hurt people? I don't really get it. I don't understand.
I think you have to, and from writing I can tell you this, it's a mental exercise you have to do to be able to develop convincing dialogue and characters. No one is the villain in their story. Okay, you have to understand that people see things from a perspective that we don't get to see. We don't get that window into their life. But from anyone's perspective, they are righteous or justified or harmless in everything they do. It takes a true sociopath to go further than that. And to be honest with you, I don't throw words like that around because I mean at that point that's damn near slanderous. But honestly, I just think that it's hard to lose friends over miscommunication, and apologies fix a lot of things. That's what I keep saying. It's too late for apologies to fix everything. But if you catch yourself early enough, if you ever say something fucked up, I'm sorry, Jamie, it's your show.
It's all right.
Then do the right thing and say, hey, I was wrong about this, or I could have done this better. I don't think anyone eats anyone's lunch over that. But I just really seriously think that continuing to talk about him is almost like sending a light out to him. And I would be also cautious that we don't know where everyone's allegiances lie. So, you don't want to turn someone who's wrong into a martyr and make him a cause.
Well, I'd be surprised if he had anyone on his side. I mean, I just can't imagine. I didn't do anything for him.
Jamie, Jamie, you got to realize that not everyone keeps up with this.
True.
So if you're someone who's only spoken to him, you're not getting a perspective that's healthy. But
that's partially why I made this video, why I'm speaking out about it, because I want it on the record. I want it on the record, what I experienced and how it made me feel, because I think it's important that people understand cyberbullying is no joke. And it's not funny to put somebody's address online, and it's not funny at all to call somebody's family and make accusations that are absolutely unfounded.
Jamie, how about people from online contacting people and places where I'm going to film my movie, and getting me to lose those locations.
Yes,
You
stuff
know what I
like
mean?
that.
Like, right? Totally sucks.
Yeah.
I do have something to add about your discussion though about digital media. I think it depends on where you're coming from on this, but for me, I go to visit family, or else I used to before the pandemic, and I hated bringing like 20 DVDs and Blu-rays with me. So I reserve digital media for like movies I want, but I don't want to have on my shelf because I only have so much room. Or family favorites or movies I love, where I can travel to different people and just log into my account and then go, which one out of these 1,500 movies do you want to watch? Rather than me showing up with a suitcase and saying, which one do you want to watch? And then the box is getting crushed and that type of thing. Now, Jamie, you live around your family, so that doesn't make any sense for you. But like, if you were constantly traveling to see family and your mom was like, hey, you know, did you bring anything good? And you go, oh, I forgot that one. I can just turn on my digital library and be like, you pick.
Right. That's
right.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
You know,
When
go ahead.
When I was first on Region Free, I was in a 3 months deployment for work to a different part of the state, and I didn't bring my movie collection, but I had my Vudu login, and I ran my laptop to the television there and was able to watch a good portion of my collection. Certainly the recent digital buys, and it was a really, really good thing. I'm not against these digital services. I just want there to be the option to do all the above.
Well, I mean, hello. I mean, look at this. I'm totally I'm pro physical media, everybody. Okay. But I'm also not stupid and can get with the times. And I think if you are a major collector, you have the digital library as well as the physical library. You know, I mean, I still have stuff on VHS, for God's sake, you know.
VHS, Laserdisc, CED, Beta.
I never got into CED, but
I just have a few just to represent the format.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I have VHD. I have a little bit of everything.
I had a friend in the 90s that would go to like used shops and buy laser discs and then frame them like they were, you know, LPs. So
I can see it.
Yeah. He didn't even have a laser disc player.
I will say my Pioneer Laserdisc player is at this point almost 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It has zero problems. Now, why when I buy a DVD or Blu-ray player 2 years later am I starting to feel like I need to buy a new one because things are going wrong?
Well, isn't that true with like cars? I mean, cars in the 50s, right? You could hit a tree and just back up and go home, right? Now it's like
apologize to the tree and get on your way.
Yeah, it's like that Chris Rock joke about like we can create metal that can withstand the Earth's pressure and fire and get to the moon, but we can't make a car where a bumper doesn't fall off.
There's a great Bobcat Goldthwait piece from the 80s where he says, "The black box always survives. Why don't they make the plane out of the same stuff?"
That's a good point. But see, that's consumerism for you. They don't want to kill the consumerism, so you know they make everything that want to not last.
So one day, Jamie, since your YouTube channel is starting off, I think one thing that I would love to see on your channel is, I know it's hard with your webcam, but I think it'd be really cool if you did like a room tour, because everybody sees this room. I'd love to know about all the pieces on the dresser back there. What are they? Where'd you get them? That type of thing, you know?
Just put the personal stuff away first.
That's a good idea. I have to do a little rearranging in here first because see, one of my major dreams in life was to have my own library in my house, and I have my own library in my house right here. It's all on this side of the room though, which is why you can't see it. I have a built-in desk into the corner of the room, and that's why everything is at an angle to the corner, because I'm sitting at that particular desk, and there's bookshelves around me with all my books in it. But right now, the shelves are a mess. There's bills everywhere. There's pieces of paper everywhere, and I need to clean it up. But as soon as I do get this place a little bit more organized, that's a good idea. I might do that.
I will also be honest with you and say I think that you have one of the best like camera and lighting setups I've seen on YouTube, because the light hitting the dark red walls with the Twin Peaks blanket back there just completely complements the lighting on you. And so it's not like, it's not like some of us where you don't want to.
Well, today I have my new light on that I got for Christmas. See if I turn it off, it changes, and then I turn it back on, and then you can change the color of it a little bit. But I have it on the soft orange light because I kind of like that orange.
It looks the best.
Yeah.
My camera's been messing up, and I'm orange for some reason. So I need to get a better webcam.
Actually, you're green. With the amount of movies you've seen, you're just green. I mean, Hayden, I think you're the nicest guy in the world, but you make my head hurt when you tell me about all the movies you haven't seen.
No. Don't worry. I'm going to do a series where I watch old movies that are very important to cinema and then talk about them.
Oh, wait.
I'm trying.
Hayden, can you do me a favor? Define what you consider old movies.
Okay. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
I think that you are
older than me.
Hayden, you are in a very unique position here, because you have Lauren as a friend. You have me, Jamie Stone. You are surrounded by film wisdom here. What I would totally suggest, and would make your YouTube channel stand out amazingly, if you did a film review or reviews like you're talking about, but start from the beginning of cinema and work your way through. So you go through the 20s, the 30s, the 40s.
No,
so
start with Mealies. Go right, all the way back.
That sounds cool, but also brutal.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But it would make your YouTube channel very different, because I don't know anybody else who's never seen anything like you. So.
I'm gonna make a whole video. It's gonna be called Jamie's List for Hayden.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just list off every single movie that I want you to see. If you've seen it already, we can check it off. But other than that,
many people have been saying that they want to do that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So if it's really that interesting, I can arrange a live stream where that's literally all we do for like an hour. Is just everyone gives me or questions me about movies, and then I make a huge list or something.
I think we concluded yesterday that you haven't seen X, Y, and Z, but you have seen the King of Queens about a dozen times, like every episode.
No, that's Malcolm in the Middle. Well,
okay.
I've seen most of King of Queens. I love that show. Probably one of my favorite sitcoms.
Hey, I just think that maybe you just should watch Necromantic 2 and nothing else. Just watch that every day for about 6 months, and then go back on the air and let people know where your head's at.
But you know what? You just made me think of something, Hayden. Lauren, I have to ask you, because this is something I've never asked you. What would you consider to be, I don't know, like 2 or 3 great sitcoms? Because you're not a sitcom guy.
But Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But what would you? But what, like? It doesn't have to be like live in front of an audience. But just, is there like a thing where 30-minute, half-hour comedy that you're like, that kind of worked?
I'm sure there's something.
Not even Married with Children.
That's a great show.
I like that show. Yeah.
I think the problem is I just don't respond to people telling me to laugh. Like I have a sense of humor. I laugh about things all the time, but like the whole sitcom process is just like, oh, this 2 minutes is building up to this laugh, and the next 3 minutes are building up to that laugh, and then they throw a laugh track on to tell you, oh, you're supposed to laugh there with everyone. Don't you get it? It's just obnoxious to me. The whole format is just,
even when you were a little kid watching Three's Company, like
I remember watching MASH as a kid with my, and I know that's not properly a sitcom.
No, it works. It works though.
And I remember like they'd have the really horrifying episodes of MASH every once in a while, like, Hawkeye's dreaming of people's legs falling off on a boat and shit like that, and you'd be like, or the Vietnamese woman who has to strangle her child so they don't get killed by the Viet Cong. Oh, it's the Korean War. I get it. Whatever. I don't care. And I loved those episodes, but like the funny episodes, I just stared at the screen and felt my brain numbing down to nothing.
You know what's really funny is I always assumed, because I grew up watching that show as well with my family, that it was the Korean War and all that. And then I was watching the making of the movie, and it turned out that they filmed it to be the Vietnam War, and 20th Century Fox wasn't going to release it, so they just said Korea. In post, they changed it in post.
For the film, yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, not even like script wise. They were done. And they changed it.
There is no practical reason for that film to be the Korean War. Because if all the themes that they were going over and the kind of war is futile and it's all idealistic, that's all Vietnam era rhetoric. That's not Korean War rhetoric.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not why I made the mistake. I just wasn't thinking. Honestly,
No, I know. I'm
not big of a dipshit that I didn't know. But no, so I mean, I don't have a really great track record with comedy, period, but sitcoms in particular are problematic. The only thing I'd say is more problematic for me is all the what I call rubber face comedy. That's your Jim Carrey and your whoever, all those cats whose idea was to like just act stupid for an entire running time, and we're supposed to laugh with them at them. Hate it.
What about let's do real quick. I was curious because I know Friday the 13th TV series you like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But and Jamie, this goes for you and Hayden as well. You can't take a show that had like season-long arcs, but we're talking procedurals where it's basically the same show every damn week. Did you have one that you grew up watching? Because like something like even something like House MD like gave me nightmares if I ever caught an episode. It's like I always had a tapeworm after I watched that episode.
Lupus.
What do you mean, like Hill Street Blues or
Yeah,
ER?
something that didn't. Well, even ER had a through line, right? But I mean, like, when we were kids, like moonlighting and stuff like that. That just like each episode was standalone. All got wrapped up by the end of the episode, and if you missed one episode, it didn't kill you. So,
does Malcolm in the Middle count for that?
As a procedural?
I mean, I don't know.
A procedural would be like it would be like
a little more
like Law and Order, something like that, like one of those CSI, things like that. Did you ever get into those, or did you not get into TV until like the last decade where they actually had stories?
I don't know. You go, Jamie.
Because Hayden hasn't seen anything, so.
I'm not a big TV guy, like TV show, sitcom sort of guy.
Yeah, but with DVD and Blu-ray, you can watch them on disc.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up watching sitcoms like regularly. They were constantly on in the background.
You were a WKRP girl, weren't you?
I did like WKRP. I watched it, yeah. But for me, I think my most memorable for me would probably be stuff like Roseanne and Married with Children, and like Cosby Show, because I used to watch those pretty much, and Cheers.
Yeah, Cheers. Yeah, Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That was a big one.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
The
but
Wonder
like
Years.
Yeah. But then then there was all the. I saw you guys talking about Small Wonder yesterday in the chat and all that, and then we had Out of This World, which was about Evie could pause time, and that actually takes place in my town, actually, believe it or not. Those were like all like the after school stuff, because like I think this got talked about because we were talking about Screech dying yesterday. So
you know what I hated? Alf. Hated it. Hated it.
That it has one of the best endings for a sitcom ever.
I don't remember the ending.
The Men in Black take him away to dissect him, and the series ends.
To dissect him? What? Oh,
that's how that series ended.
Oh man,
that is
great.
so.
That and Dinosaurs have the best endings. I mean, Dinosaurs ends with they sit down to dinner as the Earth is being pummeled by asteroids, and they're all going to die.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then there was the new the new Newhart show that ended with him waking up, and he was still in the previous sitcom from the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And Saint Elsewhere, of course, has the big one where it turned out the whole show happened in a snow globe on an autistic kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a surprise to you. If you wanted to know procedural, Matt Houston. Because once a year, Matt Houston would have an episode that went gonzo, completely unconventional. He got abducted by aliens in that show. It was a PI show, and there was an episode where he just got abducted by aliens, and they never rounded back to it. It was just, it's a thing that happened.
That's great. Oh man,
PI shows,
stuff like that.
Magnum, maybe. I mean,
that's a
I like
procedural.
Magnum.
That's a procedural.
I think it's a big step down from Matt Houston, though.
Yeah.
There was a show when I was a little kid called Voyagers, which I loved, about a guy and a little kid that would travel through time. But that show ended prematurely because the actor died, so accidentally shot himself in the head.
I watched a lot of Seinfeld. I'll tell you that. I love.
That's a sitcom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny if you go back and watch season 1 of Seinfeld, it looks nothing like the show it became. Like Elaine's barely even a regular on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved Seinfeld. I never really got into the police procedures so much. My mom really liked them, and she watched a lot of MASH and Hill Street Blues and stuff like that. But I was more of a sitcom person when I was growing up, and movies. I was constantly, if I wasn't watching MTV or some sitcom, I was watching movies. So.
Well, when I was 14, I was being bullied my freshman year in high school because I watched Twin Peaks and everybody else watched 90210, and they were
that was my senior year of high school.
Then when I told them I like Silence of the Lambs, they said, "God, you're into some weird shit, Cameron." And then it won Best Picture, and I'm like, "You guys are fucking morons."
Yeah, for real.
So, I will tell you, again, my taste in television was always doomed to cancelization immediately. So, I'd find Manimal, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is a cool little." Oh, it's gone. Hey, Automan, that's better than that Tron. It's gone. I was big on anything that ripped off big movies that I didn't have the access to see, but would be beamed into your house for 3 episodes before the studios realized what they put on the air and canceled it.
Yeah.
If you've never seen Automan, by the way, troll YouTube until you find clips from it. It's a frickin' Tron television series.
If they would have kept Cop Rock going, I would have watched it.
No, Cop Rock was bad.
I loved it. I loved it.
I think Automan's getting a Blu-ray release. I think they just announced it.
Who would be releasing that?
I don't know. I thought I saw it on Blu-ray.com yesterday.
Well, then where's my Manimal set?
I think that's the reason why you don't get into TV, because you're just scared that they're just going to rip it off the moment you start getting invested.
Exactly.
Because one of my favorite shows from the 2000s was Whedon's Firefly, and Fox didn't even give it a chance. They didn't even put the episodes in order on TV. You had to wait till you got the DVD box set to see it in order.
All my friends loved Firefly, and I never watched it.
Oh, it's fantastic. 14 episodes, and then they yanked it. They canceled it. And then it became so popular on DVD that they gave them money to do an ending. So
I remember the movie.
Yeah, well, the movie is the ending.
Yeah.
So when people went to the theater to see it, they didn't understand what the hell was going on, because it's a conclusion, not a beginning of anything. So
I had never seen Lost before, so I just started watching it, and I am hooked.
I need to watch that.
It's good.
It's good.
It gets better every season.
Oh, good. I am enjoying.
Oh yeah, and Jay and Eric, they're making their way through the show, so on their podcast. So if you catch up to them, maybe you could join them on a discussion.
Yeah, so. I did. I remember they were watching it, but I haven't seen them do one of those shows in a while.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's hard for them to get together.
Yeah.
But so what's going on, Jamie, on your channel? Let's talk about what.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I've been watching Lost, like I said, and I'm also in the midst of watching that show, The 100, which people, you have to watch The 100. If you haven't seen The 100, there's something I'm telling you, you're missing out. It is the I think
Jamie,
it's
I've got
probably my
so
number
many
2.
people recommending so much shit to me.
I know.
My brain is
Necromantic
gonna explode.
2.
Look,
Just
Hayden, you're
stick
gonna
with Necromantic 2.
Hayden, you're gonna have to like basically get a bank loan because you have to buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to keep in mind too that like my collection that I have like literally started in the 80s. So it's not like this is literally a life's work here collection.
Yeah.
You
Well, I
know?
have a ton because I started collecting before Blu-ray when DVD was the big thing. But when I moved into my own apartment, I had to, I don't know, to make room, I had to put everything in those binders or whatever with the pages. Yeah. But now I've got my place filled up with Blu-rays, so I feel good. But
When my kid walks in here, he always says, "Don't touch the DVDs." I'm like, "Yes."
That's awesome.
hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Or-
No, he
You remember what happened to your hand last time? Did you like the operation? This is why I could not be a parent.
yeah.
Laws.
I you know what, it's not all it's cracked up to be, but I'll tell you what, I have so many funny moments of things that, like what Cameron just said, like Alex opening up a DVD that he got for his birthday when he was about 4 years old. He got the Wiggles and he was like, for home entertainment, and I was like, that is hilarious that he just said that.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
And how he used to recite the 444 4444 commercial to me constantly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he
no.
could read. He could read before he went to school because I found it out because I went and got the mail and I put the mail down on the table and the J.C. Penney bill was on the top and he goes, "Oh, J.C. Penney." He was like 3.
There's a
I was
sale
like,
at Penny's.
I honestly
Anybody?
that
No?
that
Okay.
yeah, Mallrats.
No, that's Airplane.
Okay. That's right. That's right. But I think they say it. No, they say it.
I don't know. They
No,
moved
anyway. Yeah, it's the guy in the tower in Airplane saying
Yeah.
that. But I learned to read from the TV guide. Like when they had the TV guides, and I would know like what was on TV because they would put like a picture, and it's like they'd put a picture of Charlie Brown. And it would say 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock Central Mountain. You know what I mean? That's how I can learn to read that kind of stuff.
wow.
My mom would be like, "Nothing's on TV," and I'm like, "Charlie Brown's on TV, 8 o'clock."
She couldn't fool you. That's
No,
funny.
no. But I do, I was having a conversation with my wife the other day about this, and I am okay, listen, it was a big staple when we were growing up, when we were all growing up. I think maybe not Hayden because you're youngin', but definitely when Lauren, Jamie, and I were growing up, this was a staple, and I don't miss it one at all. And that was appointment television, where you had to be home at a certain time, at a certain day, and you run to the bathroom quick because the show's coming back on. There was no repeats. I like today where I can basically have it on streaming or own the DVD or Blu-ray and watch it when I want, however I want, as opposed to having to be home at 10 o'clock at night on a Saturday to watch something.
I mean, I got a little bit of that. I'm not that. Well, I don't know.
Okay, did you grow up with 13 channels and a UHF on a flipper TV?
Yeah, did your
No.
mom make you get up and hold like the bunny ears to make the channel come in well?
All
and
right,
and
all
did
right.
she make
You
you
guys
get
have
up
a
and turn the
point.
channel?
Did you have to go out and
Kyle?
hunt pterodactyl for meals?
Why am I so? Oh, it's just because this side's black. Never mind.
I didn't have to go through any of that, but we did have a satellite dish like before there was paid satellite service, if you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
We had to go actually, when we first got it, you had to like go out and crank it, right, to catch a different satellite if you wanted to change to another set of channels. We eventually upgraded to where it was like remote controlled. So there was a box at least.
This house has like this slab of cement out back. There used to be like a tower on it for the TV, so they could get 3 channels. It was big time.
All right. I have to ask you, Jamie, because I see this all the time when I'm watching TV, these ads for Hughes.net. So I have to ask you, what is your internet provider? Because you have like perfect internet all the time. And usually people who live out where you live do not have perfect internet.
I have internet through the cable service called it's Spectrum.
Okay.
So.
That is what I have as well.
Oh yeah, they're not too bad. Even though I catch them late at night, cutting my internet down, and I know because it messes up my game.
I think Jonathan just admitted that he's running a line from your house to his. And
Yeah.
It was very expensive, and it took months.
It's like that scene. It's like that scene in Poltergeist where they're using the remote to turn each other's TV off across the room. Yeah,
I've seen that movie.
Oh my lord!
I know no one has seen the movie The Mole Man of Belmont Avenue, but you all should, because there's a legitimately hilarious film. It's a horror comedy, but very little horrible things happen, and most of it happens to pets. So that tells you its sense of humor. But the two brothers who own this hotel, they have stopped paying the electrical bill, so they just run a regular extension cord across the street, over the road to the church, through a window, and just plug it into a wall outlet, and the entire hotel is being run off of one outlet from the church across the street.
What movie is this again?
The Mole Man of Belmont Avenue.
The Mole Man?
It has a sexually perverted Robert Englund in it. Oh, I think it's amazing, but I don't know if you'll feel that way.
So, Lauren, I did get The Lighthouse today on digital.
That's so exciting.
I know. They had a double. You had to pick 2 for $10, and I was like, okay, I'll get The Lighthouse because I know Lauren says it's great. Of course, after you post yesterday about St. Maud, someone else on my Facebook posted, St. Maud was a disaster. Why did anyone recommend this movie to me? So I'm going to take your word over theirs and check it out.
So friggin' good.
The only theater that has it around me is like an hour away.
Yeah, I had to go an hour 40 for it. I would honestly say I probably have it at the number 2 spot in the A24 catalog, just under Hereditary. Ooh. I think it is probably slightly better than The Witch, even though I love The Witch to death. Mm-hmm. They're both so Hereditary and The Witch I consider straight A's, right? Because I go schoolhouse grading. An A+ really doesn't exist. I mean, that's your Bride of Frankenstein and your Natural Born Killers. It's a very rarefied class. Maud is an A as well, and then Lighthouse is an A- maybe, and as is Midsummer. But in the genre, A's are pretty rare. I'll be honest. So,
what's your A comedy? I know you've
maybe I don't know if there's but Brain Candy is probably my favorite comedy, but I don't know if that's really an A. I don't think there is an A comedy.
I mean, there's certain like just comedy in my estimation, like perfect comedies. I think Ghostbusters, the first one. I think Fish Called Wanda is pretty awesome. I mean, it's one of the few movies that actually kills fish and dogs in it.
I've never even heard of that. Fish Called Wanda. There it is.
Never heard of Fish Called Wanda.
Hayden's relatively new to movies in general. He didn't know pictures could move.
People, breathing.
Look. Anything before literally the year I was born, I pretty much have no clue about.
I'm pretty sure Fish Called Wanda came out after you were born.
88.
No.
Nope. Okay. Never mind.
It's just, Texas putting their best foot forward.
Please do not take my movie knowledge as a representation of Texas.
I like Texas.
No, yeah, it's okay.
I honestly, after the pandemic, I would love to visit because there's so many places in Texas I want to go to.
Texas is very, very, very diverse. And that's one of the reasons I think I liked going there is because most of the country is not diverse as far as like just the locales, the environments, the people, the structure, the different types of towns. We have that in Jersey, but we don't really have that anywhere else. Even New York is not. I mean, you have ultra urban and ultra rural. That's it, right? Mm-hmm. But Jersey, you have a variety, and Texas is like that as well, although it's very different. But
yeah.
What horror movie do you live the closest next to?
Me?
Yeah, where they filmed it.
Is there like a right answer that I'm supposed to like?
No, I'm asking you. I mean, because they filmed so many out there. I just want to know which one. Are you close to Austin? I'm in the
Fort Worth area, Dallas.
Okay, so you're in Dallas.
Oh, so Zapruder film would be your correct answer.
Yeah.
Is that the first snuff movie, Lauren?
Not the first. However, it's a popular one.
Yeah, most famous for sure.
I watch it often, actually.
Oh,
Well, I love that they went back and restored
Like
it like
Coca-Cola.
in full HD to so that
I'm gonna break
Mhm.
my usual and drink Coke.
it's
No
11
Mountain
o'clock
Dew?
at night. It's 11 o'clock at night, Jamie.
I know I have insomnia anyway. It don't matter.
where's Orc when you need him?
I normally wouldn't drink this because normally I'm a Mountain Dew fiend, but I got a little bit of an upset tummy, so I'm gonna try some Coke.
I used to drink Mountain Dew all the time until my dentist told me I have 13 cavities.
I know it does cause that. It's bad.
You ready to hate me? I've never had a cavity in my life.
Oh, you lucky.
You know, I hadn't either until like a couple years ago, and I used to
Yeah,
eat
but
so
I've been
much
alive
candy.
twice as long as you have.
No, I know. I'm not trying to like be a one-upper here.
I never had one until
But-
I was 30.
No, but get this. They told me I had a cavity. They fixed it. And then they said I had another cavity. And then I went...
I don't see a discrepancy here.
No, look. I switched dentists and didn't tell them about this other cavity I
You were
needed
cheating
fixed.
on your dentist?
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
naughty.
they said everything looked great. So,
That's what the new one always says that.
Yeah, he didn't want to open up with a big bill, right? He's gonna.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
You had
gonna
one
come.
dentist. Wait a minute. Because I used to work in a dental office before I became a stay-at-home mom. What did they tell you that you didn't have it? You do have a cavity, and then the other place told you you didn't?
Yeah, exactly.
That other
So
place was
put a-
trying to.
Put a mirror out in your mouth and find the little black dot. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
If the first place told you that you did have a cavity, and the second place told you that you didn't, then the
Somebody's
first place was
messing
trying
up
to rip
here.
you off, and they were going to
Well, yeah.
drill into a tooth that was probably perfectly fine. That's messed up.
Well, I later found out I'm not the only one who's had problems at that dentist. So I think they might, and they were always trying to upsell me like random shit that didn't have anything to do with teeth cleaning, and I was always like, "What is this? Like, why do I need a steering wheel cover at my dentist? Like, what is
What?
this?" No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
Welcome to Texas.
But basically, I told them I have sleep apnea, and they're like,
That's-
"Oh, let us set you up
Was
with a
his name
$700
Dr.
mouthpiece."
Feinstein by chance?
Feinstein.
Feinstein?
Freudstein.
Is that what it was?
Dr. Freudstein.
I'm
Let's-
going
Let's
to
go
the
down
dentist
this
tomorrow.
basement. I don't know.
Let's give a shout out to our favorite Hal Holbrook performance because he died today.
Who is that?
Oh God.
I'm trying
I
to
gotta
remember who
look
he
this
is.
up.
The Fog,
Oh.
Creep Show.
Show.
Come on, Ed.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never
yeah,
seen
yeah.
those. I've never seen a lot of John Carpenter.
Just
I've
call
only
me
seen
Ronnie.
Halloween. I've seen Halloween, The Shining, if you want to count that.
That's not John Carpenter.
Oh wait, no, that's Stephen King. Never
What
mind.
the heck is wrong with you, Jaden?
I don't know, man.
The only
That's
John
Kubrick.
Carpenter films I've seen are Halloween,
I
The
didn't know who John
Shining,
Carpenter
Nightmare on Elm
was.
Street.
Nightmare.
That's
So
it.
Look.
you have two choices, Hayden. You either turn your YouTube channel into a quest of discovering cinema, or you take a year off and watch every movie you can, and then come back to YouTube.
Come back to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you in the meantime off camera. That way you don't feel excluded.
Or
Jonathan,
you can just take
Jonathan,
Jamie's crash course
just
and
just
make me
suggest Necromantic 2 to him. That's it. That's all I want him to watch.
How the
I
hell do you want to do that to me?
In 4K.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
Yes, I think Ghosty.
how
I think
do
he's
how do
seen
these
that.
streams always turn into like, hey, let's see what Hayden has not?
Because we
seen?
mentioned some well-known movie, and Hayden's like, "Do what?"
Because you just suggested The Shining is a John Carpenter film. Don't throw this
No,
shit at us.
It was written by
Yeah.
Stephen King, and I got Stephen King and John Carpenter confused.
As you do,
For a
right?
second.
Because he did that one Stephen
Look,
King
You mean
adaptation.
I
Sandy
didn't know
King?
who John Carpenter was until like 5 years ago. Okay.
That's cool. No one's picking on you for that.
So in
Well,
Scream,
no, I think I always knew who he was.
so in
but
Scream, when they
Always.
said, when Rose McGowan and Scream, I know you because you said you
Yeah.
seen Scream. When Rose McGowan says, "Don't be freaking out, Sid," like it's a Wes Carpenter flick. You were confused, or
Wes Carpenter,
no, Wes Carpenter is my favorite director.
Toby Romero.
yeah, that's what you should call it, the Wes Carpenter Appreciation YouTube channel. Just get every
Listen,
movie.
I have a
wrong.
confession to make. I lived the first 12 years of my life at the bottom of Mel's hole. Okay.
Nice plug.
S'mores and Doors podcast.
Thank you, sir.
Also brought to you by Visited by Voices.
Yeah, that's been the running.
Oh
joke.
yeah, don't forget. Gotta
I
do
haven't had a
an
chance
ad
to read
spot.
it yet, Lauren, but I got it.
Long as it's purchased, I don't really care. That's not true. I want you to read it.
I will.
It'll do good things for you.
I'm excited to read it.
He's been promoting it big time.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, you've noted? You actually saw that shit.
Yeah.
Which I
right
have,
there.
because I'm like, it's always sitting here on my desk beside me the past couple streams.
You need
so
to
I'm
make a
like,
bumper for it, like
why
just in the middle of the
not?
stream, and just be like, and just want to remind everybody this stream is being brought to you by, and then just play it.
I mean, I promoted it on Jay's stream, but nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that except you made Cole like visibly angry for about a minute and a half.
Here.
What, after the promotion?
Just mentioning me, that's all you need to do.
Oh.
Speak of the devil.
And I apologize for my behavior last
I
night
love that shirt.
on Jay's stream. Oh, man, that is a cool. Pull him up full screen, Jamie. Get him up here.
How do I do that?
Oh, you can't.
There's a little like square
Oh, yeah.
in the corner.
There you go.
Nice.
Oh
Love
yeah.
it.
See, I've seen all of that shit. Okay, that's what I grew up on.
You grew up on Happy Tree Friends?
Yes,
I love
actually
Happy Tree
did.
Friends. There you go. There's comedy that I like.
I love it. Oh man, yeah, that was like the first thing that really blew my mind. Where I'm like, what the fuck? This kind of stuff exists.
Oh, there's stuff that go even deeper than that, from the Spike and Mike's twisted animation and all that. So,
I was just saying, so I can't remember exactly what caused me to say it, but I said something to James today about the effects of Hanna-Barbera. I can't remember why. I was saying that I was affected by Hanna-Barbera. I can't remember why.
You can also change the color of our name tags. You can
Well-
do like.
Oh, yeah.
Hayden's like, I really like green.
It's under the setting. I'm not sure this makes captivating watch though.
No, everybody loves it.
I have something cool to show off that. I
Oh,
picked
not
up-
again.
Oh well, not that. I was
You're talking about the
I was
poster
talked
thing?
to by the authorities for showing
Jamie, you're
that
going to
off.
need to bring him
Wait,
full
what?
screen if we're even going to detect.
No,
Okay.
no,
What?
it was a joke. I got
Oh.
the coolest thing ever at Family Video. I've been wanting one of these forever,
Oh
and
yeah.
they were able to hook me up with one. Hayden's already seen it.
I'm so jealous, man.
I'm so proud of it. Oh, you can't see it.
what is it?
There it is.
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Oh,
It's a light box.
It's a light box. Yeah,
Go check out Jonathan's social media to get a better picture of it.
yeah. It
That
did really
is
work well
cool.
on stream. I was so pumped when they let me have it.
wow.
Is that
Laura-
a double-sided poster you have in there?
It is not, but
So it'll fade the poster. Good.
well, I mean, it's only for 24 by 36, so they'll just be like
Oh.
cheaper
Mhm.
anyway.
That's cool.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go get. I
I'm
want
just
to
being
like,
an ass anyway.
Lauren, I
I'm
have an
trying to get
update.
one.
I have an update for you. Jamie, do you want to reduce the screen?
I'm trying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
I think that should have been the rest of the show.
The Friday 13th, novelization sold for $157.
That's okay. In the condition you had it, that's fine. I mean, it was.
No, I'm just letting you know that's the update. It's sold.
Was that as a buy it now, or was that just bidding?
I started at 75 and I just let it bid.
for a week?
$157?
Yeah.
For the full 7 days, or?
Yeah.
Huh? It's also not a great moment either, but I mean that's still good money for a paperback that game.
$2.99
It's
for
not very well written.
Well,
Real quick, this is probably not something to talk about on the show. We'll talk after. But Lauren, remind me, I want to talk to you about some video stuff after the show.
really?
What? How is that funny?
It's just funny the other night you were just like calling him. Like, I
Well-
want this.
Yeah.
You just said this isn't something we should be talking about on video, but Lauren, I would like to talk to you about some video stuff. That does not sound good.
No. You made a really cool intro for Jay, and I just want to talk to you about how you did it. If you can make me one, how much you want, because I will pay you for that shit because it looks really cool.
Lauren, you can only use clips from movies that he's never seen.
But
okay?
again, that's all stuff we can talk about later.
I don't use anything of that cause copyright problems. So
'Cause
So,
I'm
what-
looking for a
so-
cool countdown for my streams.
So the problem with countdowns is that the size of the files is huge. So you end up having to reduce your quality of image so huge to get there. But we can talk about it. It's not a
Yeah, we'll
problem.
talk about that later.
Can you just do a massive like pulling out of his beard, just like where it's all hairy, and then it just comes out and shows his smiley face like Rocky Horror Picture Show or something?
Michael Redding was ill. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
I wonder what happened to Stone because he just left and didn't say anything.
He was at work. He had to go to work.
Oh, that's right.
He had to cut up some more manila folders and fold binders.
Yeah.
So earlier in one of the very first comments,
hang on a second. Jamie just went to Mountain Dew. You're doing a Coke and Mountain Dew at the same time?
No, I'm finishing my Mountain Dew and then I'm gonna drink the Coke. I
She has
Coke
on deck.
Good
Coke is
Lord.
on deck.
that's going to change her body chemistry. She's going to be a different creature soon.
Mm-hmm.
And people say they don't want to take the vaccine when everyone takes this kind of chemicals into their body.
I'll probably have to pee about 3 more times in the next hour, so that's just how it is.
So Gypsy Warrior asked you, Jamie, back at the beginning of the stream, if you had seen, I believe it was Gypsy Warrior. If it's not, I'm sorry, man. But whether you'd seen Dead of Night from 1945. And I think we should definitely talk about this.
I don't think so. It's possible, though, that I have. It's just that I might not have known what I was watching. But I don't think so.
So you are a big fan of anthology horror films, though.
I am. Is that an anthology? Because
it is, and it's commonly considered to be the one that set the mold for everything that came after it. And it's not hard to see why. Although the framing element takes up a little bit more of the runtime than your creep shows or your Tales from the Dark Side of the movie. But it's definitely the template piece, and it has probably the scariest ventriloquist mummies in film history in it.
Oh, I definitely want to see that then, because I'm scared of those little things.
Of all the stories, there's only one, and it's the one that begins at the golf course. I'll just say that. That's kind of lame because it's the one that's trying to be funny. But the rest of it really works.
My printer won't turn on. Damn it, I was going to print some stuff out for you guys.
Uh-oh.
You got some flyers?
Oh, yeah.
He was going to street team my book, I think.
I was going to photocopy your book and then
Hey, that's illegal, dude.
I know, I'm joking. Don't do that, kids.
I'll have to check into that movie, Dead of Night. I don't think I have seen it, and that sounds like something right up my alley.
It's really great.
Awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, right now it's hard to. I'm still trying to adjust to this new way of trying to find things to watch, and
yeah,
I mean every once in a while I'll find something and I'm like, oh, I found a gem, But it seems like it's hard. Like I'll go through the list for like an hour, and I'm like, what are you laughing at now? Don't even make me guess, because
no. It's just steak sauce. It's just steak sauce.
What'd he do?
He responded to him not being able to work his printer by saying, because you keep putting lunch meat in it.
No, I don't.
That makes me so happy.
See,
I have a sense of humor. It's just I don't like to be told when I'm gonna emotionally respond to things, and that's all comedy does.
Well, that's definitely a funny thing to say.
I can't figure this out, man.
What, the
yeah,
printer?
Jacob, the first evil ventriloquist dummy story. The Twilight Zone episode definitely was later. That's 60s. So.
Oh, I remember that one with Anthony Hopkins. I can't remember the name.
Magic, yeah.
Ah, yes. That little doll creeped me out.
Magic's great to watch every 10 years or so. I don't recommend watching it a lot because it will lose its impact, but it's a great watch every 10 years.
I think I've only seen it like once.
Yeah, I've just seen it the one time.
Yeah.
I think I'm good.
It's a film I don't think a lot of people need to own, because I don't think it's the kind of film that you just throw in at a moment's notice. So that might be a film that really supports the idea of digital renting a little bit more, because that's not going anywhere. That'll always be available. It was part of the embassy line, so it's not going anywhere.
Who was it on the Region Free show that brought up it was Raiho about pre-ordering something or like buying something digitally, but it comes with like a package, something special edition.
Raiho.
They've done that already.
Yeah.
Let's say the John Wick 1 and 2, or the John Wick 3 digital steelbook.
It was some kind of game. It was a game. It was some old Nintendo game, right? It
The
was
one he was showing, yeah.
Yeah, there's been Walmart exclusives for a bunch of films that include a digital download of the third feature. So there was Kong Godzilla from 2014, and it came with the digital code for Godzilla King of the Monsters. They've done it. They've tried. I never see that working.
The John Wick one I'm saying is it was just the digital code for that movie in a small steel book that held the digital code, and that's the only time I've seen that done, and I can't imagine it was in any way successful.
So stupid.
Hey guys, I'm close to 200 subs now.
Ooh,
Congratulations.
So if I make it to 200 subs, then I'll on my 200th sub, I'll do a live stream where I will review. People can request something for me to review, and I'll
Necromantic 2.
Necromantic 2. I haven't seen one.
You don't need to.
No,
Do you like bunny rabbits?
I do like bunny rabbits.
Then don't see the first Necromantic. Just skip to the second one expressly.
What is this?
Okay.
that's a printer.
Ew.
Unless you want to see a bunny rabbit skinned alive.
No.
For real.
Have you ever been to San Diego?
No.
Who?
Okay, so I was totally shocked by this in San Diego. Bunnies in little families come out every night to eat. They're like squirrels in San Diego. They're everywhere. And I was fascinated, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. We would go outside at night to take a walk, and all the little bunny families would be coming out. There'd be like a mommy bunny and a daddy bunny and like 3 little baby bunnies. And there's like little families of them all over the place. It was great. I love it.
Have you seen the film Night of the Lepus?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Did you like that opening sequence with the flamethrowers?
I don't remember it that well.
When I hit 1,000
Most animal lovers don't like the beginning of that film.
I probably won't.
If I hit 1 million subscribers, I will release footage of me jacking off on Ambien.
Oh, no.
Oh boy, that sounds great.
I'm unsubbing right
Come on,
now.
guys, get me there.
Yeah.
I just hit 500. So
And I don't want to do that, by the way. So it's almost like a punishment.
No,
I don't want you to either. So I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen.
Okay. Good.
That may be the most surefire way to get people to not subscribe to your channel.
I don't know. I think it might be a way to get people to subscribe to the channel.
I
And
think
hey,
it's
look.
probably the wrong platform for it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And look, quick update. I'm still looking for the Ambien footage. I have an old hard drive that's at my parents' house that I'm going to try to see if it's on there. I'll find it for you guys. And not the jacking off footage.
Oh yeah, please
Some
don't show
other
that.
stuff. That doesn't exist, but I could make it happen if you guys want. But
We can remedy that in a hurry.
Yeah.
well, that'll be Patreon exclusive.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Keep that thing unlisted, friend.
Yeah. That should be for special people only.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I
It's like
think
a sizzle
special
reel
people
for your
probably
dates.
created it, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you could give it to Steak for free though. He'd probably like that.
Oh,
Just
Steak
link-
would. There's
link
no
it on
question.
your
A video.
link it
of
on your
me-
Tinder account. That way, it's like a demo reel.
Yeah.
Steak would actually get a tattoo of the act, like a
Yeah.
frame from the footage
Mhm.
on his like left ass cheek.
Mhm.
Wait, what? Yeah, he probably would.
Uh-oh, we all went quiet.
Well, yeah. How do you follow up that?
Visited by voices.
Visited by voices. That's how you follow that up.
You could follow that up in a number of ways, and they all involve the same Amazon page.
You know, I've really thought about making an OnlyFans.
I'm sorry.
Is
Was that
that
an apology or like a pardon me?
No,
Is
I wasn't
that-
directing the apology at you. I was everyone that had to hear that. Yeah.
is that a dating thing?
No.
No.
Oh,
It's a think
It's a
of
way for young
Facebook.
women
Okay.
trying to get through college to pay for their education.
It's like Facebook but naked.
Naked Facebook. Oh,
But
that's
you pay
genius.
for it.
Why didn't I buy stock in that?
I'll
That was-
send, I've already got my account set up. I just haven't like put anything on there yet. I'll send you the link, Jamie.
All right. I'll have to make sure I buy stock in that.
Don't buy GameStop right now.
No.
Not today.
My son came to me that day and started telling me, we have to buy stock. We have to buy stock in GameStop. And I looked at him. I said, dude, something ain't right here. That seems awfully risky because I happen to know
stock in
GameStop
companies
is
that have a
going
chance of actually repaying the stock value. How about that?
under.
Here's what I just picked up on 4K.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently it's supposed to be an amazing transfer. So
I've never heard of it.
of
course.
I'm just joking. Spike Jones, he's great.
That's
Holy
what you
shit.
Jacob.
Did he just say Spike
Holy
Jones?
shit.
Yeah, Spike Jones. Yeah.
Spike Lee.
I know, I'm joking. I have seen that
Spike
one.
Jones?
It's
At the
like
height.
Black Lives Matter before it mattered.
Oh, good lord! No, this is at the height of his Michael Jordan commercials.
He was coming off a real sweet Nike commercial.
No,
I
I'm
swear-
not, Jacob. I'm not. Believe me, I just fool everyone into believing that I'm pure, but I'm really not.
I want you to know, Hayden. That you literally have made somebody pass out in our chat right now by calling Spike Lee Spike Jones.
Yeah, I
and
thought
Jordan-
Lauren was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, but that was conscious. I knew what I was doing there.
So
Was the
Jamie,
Shining thing conscious? I have to know that.
No,
before.
that was not actually conscious.
that pains me. Yeah, that hurt.
Look, man, I
Who
obviously
do you know who directed The Shining?
yeah, Stanley Kubrick.
Oh, okay. Whew. All right, Aiden, we're cool.
I was referring to the writer, and I got
that's only because we talked about it the other day on a live stream, and Hayden was on it. We're
I
talking about
love
the Shining.
Stanley Kubrick. That's a category. Although Barry Lyndon, I still haven't seen, or Lolita, or is it
Those are
Lolita?
Yeah, those are two great films.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Barry Lyndon either. If I have, I didn't realize I was watching it.
I want to though.
Barry
So
Lyndon's
Barry-
not for everyone.
Awesome.
So
That's for true.
But it does have the mood and pacing of Eyes Wide Shut. So if you like Eyes Wide Shut,
Oh yeah, that's my favorite Kubrick.
I love that movie.
yeah. So
I've been looking for one of those parties ever since.
Oh yeah, me too.
Can't
Alright,
find
hook
him.
up. How
Just
far
don't-
north are you willing to drive?
Just
Indiana.
Don't take a taxi. That's the first mistake.
What's really shocking is that movie is based off a book from the 20s, and it's literally almost an exact adaptation. Like they didn't change very much in Eyes Wide Shut. That party scene is in the book.
Oh, he stayed true to that novel.
Yes.
That was a book? There's a
Yeah.
book?
It's a book from the 1920s. It's called Dream Story.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Same source material as they eventually made a television series called Tales of the Jade Monkey.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Never heard
I'd
of
believe you. I
So
believe you.
What's really strange about Kubrick is that seriously the only book that he strayed from was The Shining. Everything else was like a literal adaptation.
Yeah.
Who directed The Gentleman? That was Guy Fieri. Or what's his name? Guy Pearce? Is it
Sometimes
Guy
I like to
Pearce?
stick needles into my eyeballs just a little bit.
Wait, did you say Guy Fieri, like the Diners, Drive-Ins,
Yeah.
Disguise guy?
I wish that were true, though.
Jay, who is it? Is it Guy Pearce?
Richie.
Richie? Oh.
They're all guys.
I
I
thought he
would
was
love to watch Guy Fieri direct though.
I thought Guy Ritchie
Like,
was
all
a
right,
black
bam, we got it in the can.
musician.
So it's really funny. Guy Fieri's restaurants here in California all tank because nobody likes the food.
So wait, is Guy Ritchie the black musician guy? Or
No,
who's
he's
Yes.
the white.
Yes, he dances on the ceiling.
Yes. I think he's who you're looking. I
He's the
think
one-
he is who you're looking for.
He's the one that had sex with Madonna so good she developed a British accent.
Uh-huh.
black
Sorry.
man, last name Ritchie?
Oh my god. This is going
You're-
places.
Would love to.
You're going to find
Oh.
Lando Calrissian.
No, it's Lionel.
Oh.
I think he's a musician, is he?
He was.
Lionel Richie is.
Lionel
yeah.
Richie,
Wait.
yeah.
He passed away recently.
No, he's still kicking.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
He just
I saw him
like
on a commercial the other day.
yeah, and he just
something.
like did like a spontaneous dance to Dancing on the Ceiling at some bar like down in Mexico somewhere. I read about it. Sorry.
Man, talk about some big lips.
Good.
Okay, we went there, huh?
Wow.
And I'm not talking about his face.
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
All right.
Managed to hit a
should've-
few different ones on that one, huh?
I should've
What
done
were you
that
saying about
joke.
wanting to grow your channel?
Trust me, there's an audience for this type of shit.
Yeah, there is.
And I think I found most of them already, though. I apologize to the Ritchie family.
My channel is supposed to be wholesome and full of heart.
I sometimes I have to remind myself, Hayden, you're not on your own stream. Cool it a little bit.
Is that what you did last night?
Oh man.
What happened
Yeah,
last night?
what was
I
up
don't
last
know.
night?
I have yet to watch it back and I barely remember anything.
You were giggling like a 7th grade girl.
You
Was
did
I?
smoke a blunt on the stream.
I remember that part and then it all got fuzzy.
You know people can find this online, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
But
just wondering.
It was tobacco.
You were
yeah,
also shirtless and had like
oh my
a
god,
blanket
no!
around your neck.
Are you serious?
What?
You
I
were
woke
shirtless.
Jay, can you go back and timestamp
I-
all this?
I
if
woke up-
possible?
I woke up and there were swastika pictures in my phone.
What the hell?
What?
Yeah, that was
Dude.
when I think you got booted after that.
Oh my god! Did you actually boot me?
No,
I thought
you
I
booted
made it to the
yourself.
end. Oh man, yeah.
Did you go to a Klan rally on stream? What happened?
Good lord.
Does the doctor know Ambien has this effect on you, Hayden?
Where were you January 6th, Hayden? That's where I
Yeah.
want to know.
January 6th. What is that date?
Did you storm the Capitol? I was
Oh
wondering.
no.
Okay.
I don't know.
You know what the thing is, though? They have that app where you could put Bernie anywhere. I want an app where I can put myself in the riot, just in different places.
Oh no! Don't
Why would
do
you
that.
want that?
Don't
What,
do
just
that
like-
to yourself.
Selling
I mean,
hot dogs and stuff, or
Why not?
I can Photoshop that. It's not
It's
that hard.
topsy-turvy world. I don't care.
Like they're doing with that Bernie Sanders meme where they keep putting him in all these different pictures. That's
Yes.
hilarious. I think that's
I'll do that with you,
awesome.
Lauren. I'll put your face on some rioters.
I just want to point out that somebody here in the chat says that Hayden was flashing his butt in the mirror.
No.
You had pants on though.
What?
You were teasing
I
it.
missed that.
Okay,
He was teasing it like he was nude, but at the end he did have pants on.
I don't remember any of this, and I
It was
really. I
Did
think
you
I'm
take
gonna.
Ambien last night?
Yeah,
Yes.
and
See, the doctor prescribed me Ambien once. I just went ahead and didn't take that.
but the thing is, I did it on
I've taken
purpose.
it.
Like,
It's fun.
I mean, I didn't. Yeah, I was like, this will be funny if I take Ambien and then I go back on the stream. But I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore. I think I'm gonna try to just go to bed.
You
Are
know,
you-
I found that just eating hot peppers
you?
brings the people in. Don't have to take Ambien.
Man.
Are you taking more than you're supposed to? What's your
it's
dosage?
10 milligrams. 10 milligrams.
That's all you're
Honestly,
taking?
man, once you get your CPAP set up, you probably won't need it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I've been good doing that every night, and I don't know, man. I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I'm barely awake right now. I should have gone to bed.
Ambien works on me, but every single time I take it, the next morning I wake up and I feel sick to my stomach. I hate it. So that's why I quit taking it. But
Yeah, the
Actually-
Ambien and weed was not a good combo last night or ever. I don't normally do that.
I guarantee you it'll be illegal in a few years.
Illegal Ambien.
Ambient or not prescribed anymore. Yeah.
It'll
People do
probably.
weird
I mean,
stuff.
it's already like you got to show your driver's license and shit to get it. I think
It's
whatever
gonna
that
become a
category is called.
Schedule 4 or whatever it is.
I used to have to show my driver's license to rent some movies, so
Well, getting Sudafed's like an act of Congress now.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just sniffly, dude. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Well, they won't even let hand sanitizers into like K through 8 schools anymore. So,
Kids were drinking them, right?
yep,
Yeah.
Ugh.
What was it?
kids are drinking hand sanitizer because the alcohol.
Oh yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Ew.
I thought that was just like an extreme alcoholic problem.
No, that's a kid wants a buzz in study hall.
wow.
That is denatured alcohol in it. Like it's designed to make you puke.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a product they put inside of 100 like pure alcohol, so people won't drink it.
Doesn't it say right on the back, and if you ingest it, to call?
Yeah,
Something?
it's solely to make you puke, so you won't drink it.
I can't see this without my glasses anyway, so I don't know what I'm trying to do.
Do you guys want to talk about my dating life?
Yeah.
No.
What on earth?
How's it going?
I got up the courage to talk to this really hot Mexican chick at my work today.
Nice.
Were you 6 feet
I just
apart?
want to say, I want to love the fact that your description wasn't about, this girl that I met because we were both, in the library looking. No, it was like this hot Mexican chick was your exact words.
He's trying to paint a word picture, Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave
He
the
was
boy alone.
doing it. He was
You're an
doing it.
author. You're an author. You should know about imagery.
Did you
Yeah.
guys see in the chat that Jacob said he was in a detention center? That's exciting.
What?
Lack of dating.
Kids would piss in the soap dispenser. Ew.
I want to know, Jacob, how did you see all these movies if you were in a detention center? Did you just break out and then start watching everything, or what? Because you've seen everything.
One of the last known blockbusters was actually in a detention center, is what happened, I think.
Should I describe Ambien the Gypsy Warrior?
Well, you gotta tell me what happened with the chick at work.
Oh. Well, I found out she got a job at the mall or something, so she's leaving Pizza Hut.
Okay, but that has nothing to do. Like, what did you just say? Hi, or did you
No, I was
engage
like-
her?
Somebody in
I'm just
here.
joking. I've talked to her before, but
Jesus. That comment. Good Lord, Brian.
what did they say?
Buy yourself a fleshlight and enjoy being alone.
Yeah, well, I love Mexican.
Cameron, did you not see that episode where he brought his fleshlight out? He was all Ambien up. He was having one of his Ambien fever pitches or whatever, and he goes and gets his fleshlight out, and he literally pulls like that the vagine part out.
Doesn't that thing? Didn't that
It
thing
goes-
cost like $160?
It goes.
No, I mean,
It was.
it's
I think
around
if you listen to Rogan, you get a promo code. So
it's around 100, 120
Whoa.
if you get a deal on it.
What?
Well, that was like, listen, that was like the whole
Dude,
package. That was the
seriously.
Riley Reid. That was the warmer.
Seriously.
You got the
Just-
signed one.
Just buy yourself a $5 bucket of Crisco. You're fine. Okay?
Look, I bought it like
Ew.
3 years ago.
Or start talking to girls because you are genuinely interested in them and not
Oh my
using
God.
phrases like hot Mexican girl,
I-
and maybe you won't need one.
I am not completely socially illiterate.
Promise
I've
me
heard-
that you're not going to show that hot Mexican girl your fleshlight, okay?
I shouldn't have even started to paint
I don't know.
the
Should you be
picture
forthcoming
of
about
that.
that though, and just go ahead and get that out of the way?
What?
Maybe.
No, no.
Look, I love Mexican chicks. I'm not afraid to say it.
Me too.
No, nobody's telling you. you shouldn't.
No, someone in the chat was like, or I don't know what they said. I don't know.
Oh, they're mad at Lauren.
Ambien is a sleeping pill, yes.
Yes,
that
it is.
Has some very odd side effects occasionally.
I can
It's
only
like, it's
take
not-
half of one.
It's not every night. Like, you can't just take it and then shit gets crazy. Like, sometimes I'll take it and nothing happens. And it doesn't even help me get to sleep. It's like hit or miss. I don't know.
Jacob,
For
please
me.
in the chat, if it's not too personal, write in the chat what made you go to a detention center when you were 13. I'd like to know. That's exciting because that means you have to be referred to from like a school and like troubled counselors and all that stuff. So I want to. Jamie, what would you be like in a women's detention center? You ever like watch Orange is the New Black and pretend like if it was you, how would you handle it?
I have never watched Orange is the New Black, and I should actually check that show out at least
Wouldn't, man.
once just to see if I might like it. But
You could always
Me?
substitute Caged Heat. It's the same thing.
me in a detention center would I'm small, so therefore I talk big. So
Well, you're like
I
Reese Witherspoon in Freeway
I would
when she goes to prison.
I would
Good
show
movie.
off my gymnastic skills so that people won't mess with me, because otherwise they're going to get a round kick to the face. That's what I would do.
Did you ever watch Oz? That's what I want to know. Did you ever watch
Oh,
Oz?
God.
Sometimes it was on in the background.
That was a good
My
show.
husband watched it.
First few seasons are great.
Yeah, my husband liked that a lot.
That was the first HBO series, even before The Sopranos.
Was it?
That was before The Wire?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah, it was before The Wire. Yep.
I love The Wire.
I love all three of those, honestly.
What's The Wire?
So
It's a Kanye West song.
No, that's Through the Wire.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to abbreviate it.
that's a good song too.
Yeah.
Hayden, you should make a movie called Hayden and Fleshlight Make a Porno.
I'm working on a Pornhub right now. Don't worry, guys.
Really?
Yeah,
You're gonna live stream to
OnlyFans.
porn? You're gonna live stream to Pornhub? That'd be great.
Oh yeah.
People be so confused.
In all seriousness, man, like I was telling our buddy that was discussed at the beginning of the show about this. There's a big bear, community out there, and I noticed you're quite a hairy man last night. So you could, if you did your OnlyFans,
Dude.
man, you could definitely make some money.
You wouldn't
telling you.
believe how many men I get hit on by, though, for real.
Hayden, no joke. If you tapped into the bear community, your super chats would go through the roof.
That's true.
I know, and you guys, yeah, like
What
I'm
is
aware
this
of
bear
that. It's
community? What is this
The
bear?
bear is an overweight, bearded gay man.
who are hairy.
Very
Oh.
desirable. Very desirable.
And
Awesome.
if you and your partner is your cub. So there's the bear and the cub.
Not to be
Oh, is that
confused
what
with
it is?
necrofurries.
Eesh.
Oh. Those are two words I don't want to hear, especially not together.
No.
Roadkill fetish. It's a thing.
Ick.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
No, I mean, I've been on the internet long enough now to know that people have tried to have sex with anything and succeeded in most cases.
Not me.
No, I'm not saying like everyone on the internet, but there is some, like, look around around you right now. Somebody tried to fuck whatever you're looking at.
I saw a show about a woman that tried to have sex with a roller coaster. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was in a
married?
relationship.
Is
Yeah,
she married?
yeah.
I think she married it too. Yeah.
No, I got
Roller
caught up
coaster.
on those. Like, I got caught up in those. There's a series of these little like mini documentaries on YouTube. People who are in love with just objects. This one woman's in love
How
with the
in the
Eiffel
world?
Tower.
How in the world do you fall in love with a roller coaster? Is it the vibration when she's riding it? I can
At least
understand
that one makes sense, right? Like, not the lady who's in love with the Eiffel Tower. Just
Even
That
still,
makes
though,
sense.
I think being in love with and getting off on are two different things.
well,
aren't
they go hand in hand from what I saw in this documentary.
I think,
Ugh.
yeah.
There's a dude who was in love with with his 1997 Monte Carlo.
Oh,
I saw that one.
I saw that
Yeah,
one.
he's making out with it.
Yeah.
Cornholio.
And they-
Annabelle needs to be put back in her box.
Hey, baby. Come on over here, baby.
Why don't you come over here and
Hey,
help me
baby.
help the Warrens get me in my box, Jamie?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to do my
Oh.
witchery on you, Annabelle, and get rid of that curse.
You guys think I should go to the bear community and see what they're all about? Mm.
I'll super chat you, Hayden.
I really have been hit on by a surprising number of big hairy men. So that's probably
love you, Hayden.
my target
Let me
audience.
super chat you. I
I
want to
really-
subscribe to your bear account.
And maybe I should give it a shot. You know, do they have OnlyFans for that type of stuff? Do people do that?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Dude, if I did this on OnlyFans, it would get me the money. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're taking a picture of a butthole, doesn't matter what it's
Dude,
on.
No, but look,
Somebody's gonna pay for it.
wouldn't that be hilarious though? And awesome for me, but
Oh my
if I
God.
did that and I made like $1 million in
That's
the
it.
first month or something
That's it.
crazy,
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you. You just inspired me. Annabelle's OnlyFan. I'm gonna do an OnlyFan for Annabelle.
do it.
Do it.
We could get-
Annabelle.
We could get all kinds of poses.
Oh yeah.
I think you should do some little videos like Annabelle's messages to different people in the community. That would be really
Well,
funny.
On Cameo.
Yeah.
You know, if I did any of that stuff, like if I really went sexual with it, I don't know if I'd want my face attached to it, so it'd probably be under an alias.
Wear a mask.
I would
Yeah.
wear a mask or something. Yeah.
They'd be into that too, man.
So look out for that on OnlyFans if you can
Just
find
make
it.
sure your beard hangs out.
I'd say that's your moneymaker right there is the beard.
Pay me $200 for a DJ.
Hell, let me know how it goes. I may join you.
We can
Yeah, I ain't got a whole lot
collaborate.
going on right now.
Me and
Some
Jay,
lady,
Can you
married a
imagine-
chandelier. What?
Can you
in the heck?
imagine me and Jay shirtless on a live stream together?
You know,
For
the thing
the
is, though, honest,
community.
to be honest, you'd have to create a new YouTube channel and not let anybody know about it
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
you could not
Well-
have any regular people in your chat going.
I mean, that's literally what I did with the rapping stuff until I decided to go public after like 3 years with it.
You know, I've heard of teachers and stuff losing their jobs because they have OnlyFans accounts.
Oh man,
they
that's
They go
sad.
after
Which-
wasn't the New York Times? They doxed that paramedic that did it because she was yeah.
I
She
don't.
was trying to-
I really don't agree with that, honestly, because it's not like you're marketing that towards kids. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
a completely separate thing, you know.
Yeah,
I was
but could you
once-
imagine you have this really attractive teacher, and then you hear through the grapevine that she has an OnlyFans. You know how many
Oh
kids
my
would steal
God.
their parents' credit card that night?
Oh, dude.
I remember going in for interview for a job once, and they said, "Listen, we're not against you having a second job as long as the second job isn't like a stripper." And I looked at them like, "What the hell do you think I look like?"
Well, great. Ruined my plans.
Yeah, I'll be
Well,
babyface.
will they let me? Will they let me do an OnlyFans for not a human?
I don't know. DJ Khaled has a fucking OnlyFans. I don't think he's human.
You know. Yeah, I think nudity is required now, isn't it? Because that Bella Thorne, I think, made that.
It's not. It's not. It's not
On
because
OnlyFans?
I know
No,
I know a
'cause-
girl who just does bikini shots.
On OnlyFans?
But
Yeah, you don't
something
think
was
you
up
nude.
with.
They're trying to introduce it as like, from what I'm seeing, because like there's like hip hop artists that have it as like maybe like a competitor or replacement for a Patreon.
Mm,
Good
That would
night,
make
Sean.
that makes sense. I'm gonna look into that because that would be hilarious.
It seems odd. It seems like an odd place to go for that. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
hey, check out my videos on YouPorn. Check them out, dude. They're dope.
Fat Joe has an OnlyFans, so that should probably tell you.
Hey, shout out to my
Nudity
new
is not required.
I just got a few new subscribers during the stream. Thank you,
Nice.
Spencer New. You're a very hairy man. Thank you for coming over.
I don't know.
You
I
usually
don't appreciate that Fat Joe is still called Fat Joe. I think it's false advertising. He hasn't been fat in like a decade.
Joey Crack.
Well, I mean, I remember going to
Joey Squad.
Fangoria horror conventions, and Wet Movie 1 was there, and he was like huge.
Yeah.
So I mean, good for him for losing all the weight, but it's like I remember him being not like he is now on YouTube. You know what I mean? He was being all day inside that convention hall was tough on him. You could tell because he was really panting a lot.
Yeah.
You talking about Cool Duder?
No, Wet Movie 1.
Buddy.
Oh, he used to be overweight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both were.
Yeah, and I'm not knocking him. I'm just like, when I saw him on YouTube, I was like, oh my God, that's him. Because he was showing like old photos and stuff.
Oh. Pull it up, Jamie. Jamie, pull that shit up.
What? I just got back. I had to go use the bathroom. What happened?
That was just a Joe Rogan joke.
Oh,
Jamie.
Oh, it is.
Cornelia.
His name is Jamie, isn't it?
He had a young
Hayden,
Jamie.
while you were gone,
Young
Hayden,
Jamie?
Hayden
His
whipped
name
it
is
out while you
Jamie?
were gone.
What?
I said you whipped it out while Jamie was.
Oh yeah, you might want to delete this stream afterwards.
good God.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
No.
gonna get
Wait,
flagged.
how much of the OnlyFans conversation were you here for?
I was here for that whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
You
listen,
didn't miss anything.
listen. I am subscribed to Region Free, Patreon, other people's Patreons. I will not join your OnlyFans, though. I promise. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm into supporting my friends, but I will not support.
That is
If my wife,
perfectly
if my wife sees that I'm on a dude's OnlyFans, that's it. I'm done.
There's going to be questions
No.
that night.
He's a friend, I promise.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna like that Cameron at all.
Not at all. Wait, you are subscribed to the Bear Community OnlyFans? Yeah, that's not going to go over well.
Papa Bear C. That's my name.
So, Lauren, did you see that the where is it? Isle of the Dead is getting a Blu-ray release. Warner Archive.
I did.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm slowly trading
So-
my Val Lewton collection for the Blu-rays.
yeah. Well, I mean, Cat People's the essential one. I mean, if you haven't upgraded that, then there's something wrong.
Mute it.
Um,
Mute it, Hayden.
What?
Mute it. You can hear you
I
typing.
was just joking.
I was gonna say,
I was
man, you were
hacking
typing
into
like
the-
a
I was
The
hacking
one-
into the mainframe.
Yeah.
The one I would be immediate on would be Leopard Man, if that ever made the jump.
It is on Scream Factory.
Is it?
Blu-ray. Yep. I have it. I'm waiting for I Walked with a Zombie.
I just heard
But,
someone
yeah,
else typing.
No,
so I
Leopard
had
Man's
to-
like 2022 on Scream Factory.
Really?
Yep.
I was not aware.
Well, knowing is half
There
the
she
battle.
is, $23.99, Shout Factory.
So have
Huh.
I gotten any of you guys to watch like Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, or the 100 yet at all?
No.
I've seen the first episode of Sabrina, but it got canceled, so I don't want to watch anymore.
What do you mean? They just put out a new season.
Yeah, but they got canceled. They didn't even get to end it.
Yeah, they
What?
pulled a Santa Clarita Diet. They released it in like a few days later, and they announced its cancellation.
that
Three-
needs to be canceled though.
3 seasons. 3 seasons. Netflix cancels you unless you're Stranger Things, or,
Yeah.
or House of Cards.
That's
Well,
really
still-
not bad.
Even if it is only 4 seasons long, it's still worth watching. I'm telling you, it's a really, really good show.
Does it have anything to do with the sitcom?
No.
No.
No. There's nothing in it that reminds me at all of the sitcom. There is some stuff in it that reminds me of the comic books, but not the sitcom.
It's a lot darker.
Way.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I watched the first few episodes and I just for some reason just never went back to it.
It's got orgies and people selling their soul to the devil and like
Yeah.
demons everywhere. It's incredible. And the 3 weird sisters are awesome.
So right now, with a 2-year-old in the house, I'm very limited to what I can watch out in the living room.
I understand that
And
completely.
I don't get the cable or the internet. Like I'm gonna get the internet in here, but I'm not patched into Netflix in my office.
Mhm.
So it has to be out there. So there's a lot of things like that I'll have to catch up on later. But I gotta tell you, I'm very weary whenever shows get canceled to start them, even as good as they are, because it's hard on me, you know.
You could probably watch the 100 around him because that's more of like an action show.
Yeah, it was a CW show. So.
It's good. I'm really, really hooked
Now,
on
did
it.
that get canceled, or did they finish that out?
They finished
know?
that out this year, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't know
Yeah.
what it is about the CW. They all those series have a certain look to them, and I just can't get into it.
They're all filmed in one studio soundstage area in Toronto, and they just literally go from set to set, like Supergirl, Legend of Tomorrow, Flash, all within like seriously, like door to door.
I used to live in the floorboards
You the Phantom of the Opera?
of the studio.
Or Bad
Infl-
Ronald.
That's weird that you just said that because in the 100,
you
one
see
of
Bad Ronald.
the main
Not a
characters lives her entire life underneath the floor.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. She lives her entire life underneath the floor of in the space station. I'm
Jamie,
telling you, it's so good.
Jamie, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Could you read for Hayden the description of Necromantic 2? Because I think it would pique his interest.
You
I don't
want
think
me to
he
read?
really. Yeah, just if you could find a synopsis online and just tell him what it's about.
Okay.
There you go, Lauren.
Tell me.
So when are you sending that to me, Cam?
Necromantic 2.
It does have it says new audio commentary by
Don't care.
filmmaker, film historian Constantine Nares, or whatever her name is.
Oh,
And then you
I
get-
love him.
And then you get the infamous William Friedkin commentary where he just recites the whole plot to you.
Yeah, I don't care. All I want is the film looking good. And the original mono.
I'm pretty pumped for the Fear Blu-ray that Vinegar Cinema's putting out.
What is that? The Marky Mark movie?
No.
No, not Fear. The Fear.
Oh.
The wooden demon movie from the
Damn,
90s.
I was expecting this to get a Blu-ray release. So.
Okay, it says a female nurse desperately tries to hide her feelings of necrophilia from her new boyfriend,
Ooh.
but still has pieces of the corpse of the first movie's hero in her possession. Ugh.
I like it.
That
That's
doesn't
odd.
go nearly far enough.
Oh, that's all it says here.
I understand.
What is this? Are you doing Sally Field and Not Without My Daughter?
It's a hand job.
What?
No, a job. Not a hand job.
Is that racist? Did I just make a racial remark?
You've been doing that all night, my friend.
I'm sorry.
I don't think that's actually racist because there's Muslims from all over the world. It's I'm not sure. We don't have a word for that. It's not anti-Semitic, even though there's.
It's
We need something similar.
Arabic or
It's
something?
that-
Islamophobic?
it's
No.
cultural intolerance.
Appropriation.
That's what you looked like last night, except you weren't wearing a shirt and you were giggling like a 7th grade girl.
Oh my god.
It was wrapped
no.
around your neck, I think.
I don't want to watch that footage.
And you were showing your butt to the mirror.
Oh my god.
I must have missed that.
I
You
remember
showed
a
us-
little bit of that.
You showed us what was in your fridge. You gave us a
Just
tour
like
of your
nothing.
apartment.
Yeah, you every time you go on one of your Ambien rage, fueled rages or whatever it is you want to call it, you always can't stop moving. You're always moving all around. It's supposed to make you tired. How come it doesn't make you tired? Why does it make you hyper active?
I
It's
don't
funny.
know.
You're searching for infidels.
I think it's because you're like me and you're rebellious and you're fighting it. Is that what it is? Because I swear to God, I have the same problem. I
Wait.
fight it.
You're
fight
so
what,
you're so
Ambien?
rebellious. You're so rebellious. You fight your medication.
I do.
You're not gonna tell me what to do, Ambien?
But I'm gonna take it anyway and then fight it.
Listen,
Like,
Alexa, we need to talk about what I want to do at night.
It's like, okay, so if I take 10 milligrams or whatever it is, it'll knock me right out. I can't control myself. I'm out within like 20 minutes of taking one if I take a full size. If I take half, I can kind of party and play video games, and I feel kind of, I know what you're doing. I get it, because I feel kind of happy when I take a half of one, and I
Is it
fight going to
euphoric?
sleep. Yes.
I have a whole bunch of Xanax that I never take. You guys want me to take some
Don't
of that?
die, Hayden. That's probably not a great
No,
idea.
please don't OD live on YouTube.
No.
Do you have to work tomorrow?
And yeah, I do. And no, somebody mentioned like you need to drink with Ambien. No, that's how you die.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You
do
gotta be
that.
careful.
You drink with Xanax is what you do.
Exactly.
Isn't that what happened to Heath Ledger? Did he take-
Pretty much, yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
had a lot of
Ambien-
stuff in his system.
He took a lot of stuff that I've actually been on before. Just
I think it's
not-
when you take
not in
copious amounts
combination.
of it at the same time is where you
Yeah.
run into the issue.
I think, yeah.
Gypsy, Xanax is like a relaxer. It kind of it just helps you to it's for anxiety. I take it when I'm gonna fly, or at least I do when I'm not being rebellious.
It takes out the thing in your brain that makes you give a fuck about anything,
What?
and it just
Xanax?
makes it go to sleep for a while.
Xanax or Ambien?
Xanax.
Oh,
You
yeah.
could cut my arm off if I've had a Xanax, and I'd be totally cool with it.
See, I've got to take a lot of it for it to actually work. Like, they recommend, or the pills are like 0.5 milligram or something. But it's like, if I really need it because of like a panic attack or something, I've got to take at least like 2 of them for anything to happen at all.
I hardly ever take them.
And I don't know, that's probably like because of, it depends on how much you weigh and, how your body reacts to it or whatever. But
I only weigh 115 pounds, so when I take it, it really affects me. The doctor tries to give it to me every time I'm going on a trip, but I don't always take it like I'm supposed to.
yeah, I mean, I need to cancel this prescription because I never take it, but they keep sending it to me. So I've got like 3 bottles of it.
There are people out there who would love
Yeah,
that.
it's all right. man.
Yeah,
I'll
Go to the
come
mailbox
see
and
you,
there's
visit.
drugs.
Yeah, but I don't
What is
sell
this?
drugs. So
You can give it to me. I don't have to pay you for it.
yeah.
yeah, I'm just gonna mail a bottle of Xanax.
He's not a drug
across.
No,
dealer.
I'll come
He's a
see
drug-
you.
He's a
Just
drug
share
dealer.
the wealth.
You guys are live on YouTube. I just want you to know. For the-
Yeah, it's
the
just
world.
a
I have,
bit.
I, have
Jay.
a, I have a prescription. I want to point that
This
out.
is
I
all.
do too.
It's
This
just
is
a
all
bit.
comedy skit.
It's
Come on.
all comedy.
I don't
but-
even drink, by the way.
I don't either.
I don't either.
You're what they call straight X, or was it?
I'm
Straight
not
edge.
straight edge. I'm not straight edge because I will not politicize my views that way. It's not a good thing for me.
Hayden, it looks like you're wearing a kilt around your head. I think you should go. I think you should yell.
It looks like you.
Freedom!
No,
It
you.
looks,
Yeah,
like,
you
it looks like we should be looking for the rest of the Catholic schoolgirl. That's what it looks like.
Wait a minute.
I feel like
wait a
the
minute.
Hurt Locker,
Hang on a second.
but a Scottish Hurt Locker.
Oof.
Did you steal that from Ace? Is that what happened there?
Yeah, that's what happened. He sent me a kilt.
You're like the most confused member of the IRA from circa 1988 ever.
That's very.
Never
That's
mind.
very
So-
close to my
So
family's.
you look like Brendan Gleeson in Braveheart right now.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie either.
You never seen Braveheart? Dude, I've accidentally seen Braveheart 3 times.
It seems like it's
Didn't
a
mean to
very
watch it.
hard watch.
Freedom!
Are you kidding me? It's like Conan the Barbarian if it was real. So,
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
very-
yeah.
sort of real.
You got to start watching a movie a day, Hayden. Every day, at least one.
I try,
Necromantic 2
but
every day.
I wake up, I go to work, and then I live stream. Like, that's my life.
That is true. You do that.
but what are you
I
talking
stay
about
up-
if you've never
I stay
seen
up
anything?
so late that I sleep really late, and I don't have time to do anything.
I gotta tell you something right now, okay? This is truth. I'm not joking around. If you stay up really late and you wake up late, right,
Mhm.
and you're live streaming all the time, and you get together with this hot Mexican girl, your libido's gone. So you need to get some sleep.
Yeah, I have
You will
low
not.
T
You
as
will.
well,
You,
so that's
you
an
will
issue.
not be able. You will not be able to do anything on that diet of no sleep and live streaming.
Hayden's still a young man. I think he'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, there's people that have heart attacks when they like even do gameplay for like 20 hours straight.
And,
Yeah.
and let's not fool ourselves. He'd make her do all the work anyway.
Well, and that's one of the reasons I'm
Well,
I
for
have
$200,
this
why
new-
not?
This new CPAP machine is so that I don't die of a heart attack, hopefully, from horrible sleep.
It's not horrible sleep. It's the lack of breathing that's going to get
Well,
you.
yeah, but
Jacob,
it's all kind of relative.
Jacob says, I've only seen Braveheart in chunks. And I say to that, spoilers for the end of the movie.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah, does somebody get blown up by a cannon?
Oh, good lord!
No.
It's in the 1300s.
What happened then?
Decapitations.
I'm also not very good with history.
Disembowelment.
So,
It was I wasn't it the Battle of Bannockburn or something like that this
The,
is all about.
So, Hayden, you're not good with history. What about the time when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
I know about that.
Okay, just want to make
The
sure.
Germans did it, huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yep.
No,
Germans
no.
bombed
It
Pearl
was,
Harbor that one
it was
time.
during World War II, but it was Japanese.
They bombed it, though, did they?
And who directed the bombing at Pearl Harbor? Please tell me Michael Bay. Please tell me Michael Bay.
The movie? Wasn't it Spielberg?
Oh, jeez.
I really don't know. Fincher?
Fincher.
Yes, David Fincher directed
I'm
Pearl
joking.
Harbor.
I'm just like
It's his
throwing out
forgotten
random
film.
directors. Was
It's
it David
7,
Lynch? It was David
Pearl
Lynch,
Harbor.
wasn't it?
No.
Fight Club, the 3 classics.
Don't forget Three Kings. I would love to
Totally,
see
I see where you- that.
David Fincher's Pearl Harbor. I would love it.
Me too.
It would be like 7 o'clock in the morning, but look like 3 in the afternoon, 3 at night. So
The pacing would be a nightmare.
But it would have an incredibly dark ending.
and the leader of Japan would be played by Kevin Spacey. So.
Definitely.
He could pull it off.
I wasn't a fan of Zodiac.
Shame he
I
inappropriately
love
touched people.
Zodiac. It's one of my favorites.
That's one of the
Zodiac's
greatest movies ever
fantastic.
made.
Oh,
It
Zodiac's
is. It
awesome.
really is.
No.
And even the director's cut's like only 5 minutes longer, but it makes it even better. So-
It's so damn long.
You know
It's
what?
good, though.
Oh my god.
You know what, Gypsy? My family, my ancestors fought in that battle of Bannockburn with Robert the Bruce, and that's where all our land came from when my family lived over there.
Robert
I
the
didn't,
Bruce.
I didn't know William Wallace was in control of the prairie lands of Upper State NY.
No, Robert the Bruce. Yeah. No, my family though, they had land in Scotland, and the ancient lands came from fighting with Robert the Bruce in the Battle of Bannockburn. So
Hayden, have you seen Gladiator?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you like gladiator movies?
Ridley Scott.
There's an
Nice.
airplane reference.
Ask him
Ridley
how he
Scott.
feels about Tony Scott.
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
You will on
I love
OnlyFans.
Airplane. Do you, Lauren? You know, obviously you've said you're not a huge comedy guy or doesn't click with you. What do you think about Airplane and The Naked Gun and that type of comedy?
Well, those are very different things to me. Like Airplane works because it's a parody of existing films, the Airport series. So if you're familiar with those films, then the riffing off that is kind of what you do with friends watching those movies anyway. And it kind of even has that same kind of mentality where it's really fast and imagine if this happened, imagine if that happened. I think those movies, both of the Airplane films, work because the Airport films exist.
But even if you've never seen Airplane still works.
Yeah, I've never seen Airport. And
I
Airplane's
guess,
hilarious.
but that's not my experience.
No.
But when you get into things like Hot Shots, yeah, I don't give a shit about Top Gun. So it just, to me, I was never close enough for that kind of parody to work.
And he sat out Scary Movie. So
No, I like crime films. I like action films.
it's Scary Movie, the comedy.
I didn't realize. I thought you were just suggesting I only like scary movies.
No, I'm talking about the Wayans Brothers movie.
the parody.
I like the first Scary Movie.
Yeah, the first one's great.
Yeah.
I know I've seen at least a couple of them. I don't remember really a thing about them.
Top Secret, is that the one with Val Kilmer?
Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's the one where the popcorn comes all bursting out of the house at the end, right?
As much as the Abrams and the Zucker brothers, I mean, I love Airplane, Naked Gun. Perhaps their best one is Ruthless People, because that is some dark shit.
I've never seen that.
Well,
That's on my list
Naked
now.
Gun is really disturbing because all the jokes are recycled from Police Squad anyway.
Right. But nobody saw Police Squad.
No, I mean, but realistically, that
What's
first
the
film
story
was-
there? Because I never knew the connection with. I never knew what Police Squad was.
Police Squad was a television series that ran on, I believe, NBC. Is that right, Cam?
Yeah, hang on one second. I'll get it.
For I think only like 5 of the episodes actually aired, and then they repeated one for some reason later. But it became this cult thing, like this television series that
It
was
was Naked Gun on the TV.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
Ran for-
seen it. but-
Ran for 6 episodes, and then it bombed. And then when they had to make a film for Paramount, they said, "Hey, why don't we call it Naked Gun from the files of Police Squad?" And so that's what it is.
Oh, was OJ in it?
No,
He
I
was too
always-
busy.
listen. I know they never would have done it, but they really miss an opportunity to do a film of Norberg is locked up for murdering people, and Frank Drebin has to solve the crime.
OJ would be into it. He would have
I
been
know.
into it.
I
he
mean,
would've done it.
he'd still be into it if Leslie was still alive. He's a crazy motherfucker.
What about that movie Mafia? That one just popped into my head.
Oh God, no. See, those are movies where you have to know the movies to get the references, Whereas
Yeah.
like Airplane, you could just watch it. But like this thing has like some serious extras on it, so you might want to pick this up if you like
Whoa.
Naked Gun movies.
Yeah. Is the Blu-ray probably the same special? I'll look into that later.
It's like
Gypsy-
$9.
Gypsy Warrior is bringing up Anna Nicole Smith right now, and I wanted to know. I saw earlier a trailer for Anna Nicole Smith's daughter. They're doing like a reality show with her, where
Really?
she's like searching out information on her mom and like learning about her mom's life. And
Why didn't you just talk to her?
Anna,
Hayden.
what? Anna
Wait.
Nicole Smith has
I
passed away.
agree. Get
I
out the
know,
Ouija
but-
board and work on that.
Yeah.
But at least she died a peaceful death, right?
Yes.
Hold on.
Uh, I wouldn't say so.
So did Marilyn Monroe with enough drugs in her system to kill an
Uh-huh.
elephant.
And Brittany Murphy. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Oh God, she's quite a
But-
polarizing looking woman.
But then her husband died the same way. How the hell did that happen?
I know, in the same
Right.
shower.
Runs in the family.
Unbelievable.
I don't know.
The shower did it.
Look, I knew she was dead, but I didn't
It's
know
like
how
the
she died.
the Dutch film The Lift about the haunted elevator.
I was thinking
Oh,
deathbed.
man.
Deathbed is really a better trailer than it is film, but The Lift pretty much rocks.
Yeah.
There's a bad cable remake of it. Don't go near that. But the original is an amazing film. Because all you'd have to do to survive that film is not go in the fucking elevator to begin with.
And you're good. You just use the stairs.
Absolutely.
Didn't the director remake his own film?
Yep.
Later on. Yeah.
Yep, for cable.
Oh man, this Anna Nicole Smith story really is sad. I mean, her son died like right before she did, and her daughter was a baby.
Yeah, but before that, she tried to rip off an 88-year-old billionaire or whatever.
She didn't she?
Yeah, pretty much.
She married an 88-year-old guy, and I suppose that
Hey, man.
there people
They were in
say
love,
it's
Jamie.
thing, but I'm not here to judge people like that. So
She was a Naked Gun 3.
See,
yes, she was.
there should be some statutory rape on the other side of life, too.
Yeah, there you go.
But
At a certain age, people should have to have enough distance,
I don't think that dude was complaining.
Yeah,
No,
she
I
probably
think
had to do some disgusting things, man. So
I'm not saying she didn't earn it, right? But
right.
I mean, his kids were pissed, and I see why.
Well, because
Yeah,
yeah,
they were
want the money.
30 years older than she was.
I mean, you don't sign a prenup. You don't sign a prenup. That's how it is.
I just thought it was very interesting because I kind of want to watch it. I don't know if it's going to be good for this little girl's psychology, though. I mean, she's not really all that old. She looks she's 14, 15.
Yeah, she was like an infant when Anna Nicole Smith died.
Right. So I hope it's going to work out okay for her and that she finds out mostly good things. I mean, I know it's obvious she's going to find out the bad things too, and I just hope she can handle it.
She'll probably find a copy of Skyscraper.
What? Why? What is that? The
a movie.
Rock movie?
That was the Die Hard ripoff she was in.
Oh,
It was it ran a lot on Cinemax.
It was in the video
1:30
store.
in
I saw the
morning.
cover. I never saw the film.
I did.
She's about 13 now, Jamie.
Oh, is she 13? Yeah, she's
Is it
young and
is it a better is it a better film than Barbed Wire?
Oh yeah, actually.
That's Pamela Anderson, though.
Yeah, well, it's the same difference. It really is. One didn't drown a kid in their swimming pool. Whatever.
Wait,
What?
found a kid in their swimming pool.
Oh, that was the whole Pamela Lee, Tommy Lee birthday party, and the kid drowned in the pool because they were doing drugs and not paying attention.
Yep.
I did not know this.
That's the story. Anyway, I wasn't there.
I used to really love Bobby Lee until I heard that story.
Yeah.
Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Did you say
Big
Bobby?
Tommy.
Mad TV fan.
There was that period where like a lot of rock and rollers were losing kids around them, whether it was Eric Clapton or Tommy Lee.
Yeah, Lance, I talked about it at the beginning, and then like I said, after that, it's not going to be spoken of anymore unless he does something more. So I stuck up for you, and I said my piece about it, so hopefully he'll leave us alone.
Straw dogs.
I just realized, if you guys want to know what I do watch and what I have watched within the past couple years, I log everything on my Letterboxd. So if you guys are really interested in what I watch,
I don't like Letterboxd because they make me put in an IMDb thing, and some of the things I own or watch, IMDb doesn't even recognize as a proper thing.
I've seen the stuff that IMDb does recognize, Cameron. So,
Although
can't
I will say though, Cinema Sickness has every single one of his videos on his IMDb page, so you can use your YouTube videos as an IMDb credit.
wait, what? Say that again?
Cinema Sickness has every single one of his videos logged on his IMDb channel, so it's like you get an IMDb channel or account or page, whatever, using your YouTube videos.
Pro account, right? You gotta have the pro.
I don't know. It's on. If you look up his name,
That doesn't surprise me at all that he
You mean
logs
to, like-
all of his videos in there.
To be listed on IMDb, is that what you're saying?
yeah. So when it says creator, director, filmmaker, camera
Yeah.
person, like he has himself.
I mean,
Keyword.
I'm on IMDb too, but it's not that hard.
I just want to point out that almost anything can get onto IMDb in enough time. I just put in the private chat a link to My Lovely Burnt Brother and His Squished Brain, which is a real thing that I do own a bootleg.
Sounds awesome.
Oh, it's awful. You'll love it.
It's directed by J.J. Hard.
But I regret being on IMDb because I put a lot of my shitty short films from back in the day listed on there. And now I don't know how to get them off. So it's like, fuck. I don't know. What'd you send the link to?
What movie made you
click it and
want to be
find
a
out.
film? Made you want to be a filmmaker, Hayden?
Who, me?
Yeah.
What film?
Clearly not watching movies.
That's what I'm
Pulp
saying. I'm trying to figure out what it was.
Was like probably the start of like
Malcolm in the Middle.
I don't know, realizing that film is kind of like an art form and that you can really do like interesting stuff with it.
So I would say don't ever watch any movies ever, because then you'll be like the pioneers that like were creating cinema before cinema existed. You know, because like if you think about it, filmmakers until let's say the 50s or 60s, maybe Lauren can correct me on this, invented cinema, and everybody else has been ripping them off ever since.
I've just always been fascinated with how movies are made, and just specifically editing, and how, you know, how much editing affects the tone of a film and different things like that.
Well, all you gotta do is watch like when they take like The Shining and turn it into a romantic comedy trailer on YouTube. Like you can do anything with editing. If you have the footage, you can make anything. Here's the thing, Robert Rodriguez, I totally agree with him. He says, shoot enough footage, you can cut it into whatever you want.
That's literally the mindset I've had on most of my projects, is instead of like shot listing everything out. Granted, you know, I haven't done that much work, but just shoot coverage. You can edit it together later.
So the film that I'm editing and fixing up right now.
Not the smartest way to go, though.
I shot 150 hours on the film.
Damn.
Of footage. That is a shit ton of footage. So
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Me
any
either.
updates? Any updates on it?
No, I'm just tightening it up. I can't do any ADR or sound work until people are vaccinated and I can get close to them.
Yeah.
You know, so, but you know, right now it's long. But 150 hours is a lot of footage to shoot. Most movies shoot
100-hour director's cut.
No, most movies shoot between 50 and 60 hours. Most.
I saw people commenting to you about, why don't you just leave it the way it is and we'll watch it like it is? And I'm thinking, are they serious right now? They just want to watch it like all rough cut. I mean, it might be good, but
no. It's so rough. It's not even funny. You know,
yeah,
you gotta tighten things up. You know.
Yeah, I think people are just so excited. They're just itching to see something new, Twin Peaks wise, so much that they'd be willing to watch it.
I had some people contact me too, like, why don't you turn it into like 4 episodes? You know, hour-long episodes, and because Lauren, who has read the script, I'm sure he would agree with me that to cut it up would stop the entire flow of the whole thing because it builds.
You'd have to rework it.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No spoilers. I purposely told Cameron I did not want to read the script because I want to go into it completely blind.
All I'll say is that I'm glad that we finally understand what happened with Leo and the spiders.
Awesome.
Here's what I'll say, Jamie. This may be a spoiler, but I think you should know. Basically, it's the end of the night at the Double R Diner. The last customer has left, but Annie still has 4 more hours on her shift, and she's just staying around doing nothing. And that's the movie.
There's a lot of sweeping.
Yeah, there's a lot of sweeping.
4 hours of sweeping.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing.
I want a neon sign replicate. What's the term? I don't know. Someone needs to replicate that with a neon sign.
Like that, right back there?
No. Do you really
the
have...
Bang Bang car?
Yeah,
sign?
do you really have a...
Right there. It's
Yeah.
a poster.
I had a neon sign for Bates Motel for my window once, and it would flash vacancy. I like that, but then it burned out like within like a week. So.
Guys, I'm gonna hop off here, but it's been real. Thanks for letting me hop on.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Jonathan. I appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
There it is. There's my letterboxd, everybody. Have fun. Go criticize my watching.
It's just gonna be King and Queen and Malcolm in the Middle episodes.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny though is you asked that question about what making them want to be a filmmaker. I saw all the films when I was a little kid. You know, everybody's seen The Wizard of Oz, blah blah blah. But Jamie, I mentioned this because you brought this up the other day. The movie that everyone talks about, The Wizard of Oz, and other Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I love all those movies. Don't get me wrong, but the movie that became my kid movie that I loved when I was a little kid was Time Bandits. That was the one that made me go, anything's possible. We can push the wall of our bedroom, go down a hallway, hang out with a bunch of little people, to be politically correct now, and back then we'd say little midgets, and go traveling through time and rip off Napoleon and then get mugged by Robin Hood. That's a great movie.
That is one of my favorite movies of all time, and probably one of my favoriteest kids movies. I mean, I don't know.
Favoritist?
Favoritist. Jamie-isms. I don't know if you could call it a kids movie totally though, because it has a lot of adult humor in it. So
no, but it's the best kind of kids movie where anybody in the family can watch it.
Yeah.
But the older you get, the more you appreciate the humor in it. When you're a kid, it's not that funny. It's just cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. When you're a kid, you think it's really cool, and then you get older and you go, "This is very subversive."
Urban.
Considering that Quaker Oats funded that movie, like the oatmeal company funded that movie.
I saw Time Bandits at the theater, and I remember me and my brothers were just in awe of the giant coming up with the boat on his head. We were like, "Oh my god!" I love that movie.
But the idea of these little people that stole a map from God and is using it to go around the universe to rip people off is fantastic.
It is. It's fantastic.
You know, it's a great, and they couldn't get any funding. Only George Harrison gave them the money to do it. So, yeah, and started probably one of the best independent production houses in the '80s, handmade films. So they made this great movie called Five Corners in the '80s with Jodie Foster, John Turturro, and Tim Robbins. That's a crazy movie. They played it all the time on Cinemax growing up. Yeah. You ever seen that one, Jay? Five Corners?
Not sure. I'll have to look it up and see.
So John Turturro sexually assaulted Jodie Foster like a couple years ago, and then he gets out of prison, and she hires Tim Robbins to be her bodyguard because he's coming back after her, and it's pretty intense.
Hayden.
What?
I can see what you're doing.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
What, he's watching porno?
He's watching pole vaulting.
I'm trying to share it to the stream. I figured we could use a little bit.
I was just getting ready to say it's lit. We've been on for almost 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna get going now. But I really appreciate you guys coming in here tonight and supporting me, because I actually feel like I needed this support tonight. So thank you guys so much for coming in here.
We've all got you. We got your back.
Yeah, and you know, Hayden, you and Cameron, I really, really appreciated you guys coming and saying, you know, coming to my rescue pretty much, and saying, you know, hey, cut it out, and, you know, coming and talking about it that first night, because I got to tell you, I was terrified, and I was shaking like a leaf, and I felt like, because I couldn't stick up for myself, I actually felt like I really did need somebody to go out there and say, this is happening to her, stop it.
Well, I want to say thank you to Cameron, because he came in and helped give that like stern angle that I have a hard time getting across sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I was irritated all day long, so that was just the icing on the cake. And, but my favorite thing was when you said, "Oh, Cameron's going to come on," and you said live on YouTube, "I don't think Cameron likes me. Why would he come on my show?"
Yeah.
I don't think you had been on my show until then, though.
No, I hadn't. But I couldn't believe that you thought I hated you. Like, why would I hate you?
I didn't really
He
think you
didn't.
hated
He didn't.
me.
He didn't. He says that about everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I really don't think you hate me.
So if you guys want to plug your stuff for a second, go right ahead, and we'll start out with Lauren. Go ahead.
My show will be back on the air on Friday. I am joined by author Kevin Lucia at 8 p.m. Then on Monday, I'll be doing another Just Talking Genre solo show on my channel where I take questions and just verbally vomit at the screen. Later on in the month, I have Wrath James White coming on. I have the game show back on the 17th. Mike Arnzen joins me on the 19th. Carolina Reaper will be ingested on the 20th, and if I'm still alive after that, on the 22nd, I have living legend Ramsey Campbell joining me at 9 a.m. show on Monday the 22nd, because Britain is a long way away.
You're going to pre-record that one, and are you going to do that live as well?
He wants to do it live, so we're doing it live.
Okay. Well, that's great. That's a great guest right there.
Yeah. Hayden, what do you got going on?
A lot of stuff. I have a lot of ideas that I haven't had time to film, but
okay, you can just start your own. You got to start your OnlyFans, and you just see Braveheart,
Necromantic 2.
Yeah, I've got a lot on my plate, but great videos are coming up, so yeah, feel free to go check it out at the Cornelius Collection. If you like physical media, go check it out.
Awesome.
Jay, what's going on? Jay,
Yeah.
you've been streaming a lot lately. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, man, just trying to grow the channel slowly but surely. Don't really have anything planned coming up, but do have some things in the works, so stay tuned. Should be fun.
I know something I want to ask you. Are you still doing your Lost watch along with Eric? Because I just started watching Lost and I love it.
Awesome. How far along are you?
I'm not quite through. I think I just got through the first season. They're in the cave. Do you know when that happened?
Yeah, it gets better. I'm not through with season 2 yet, but I know I like 2 more. But yeah, we are still doing it. It's just life happened and we haven't really haven't gotten to connect.
Can you upload to Plateau TV, or does Eric run it?
Eric runs it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say maybe you and Jamie could take over because he can come in and out when he wants to because he's seen it already.
Yeah, he's seen it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, stay tuned to that. That will be back at some point in the future, and then also the Final Dungeon, the video game channel I'm doing with Cole and Eric, and what's the other one? The movie discussion Pocket Dimension should be back next week.
You run so many channels, my God.
I know,
right?
You're a busy guy.
I didn't even know about that thing you were doing with Eric, whoever he is. I don't think I know who that is.
He used to be on Region 3.
Yeah, I just love doing stuff with all these great guys.
Jay, when you're going to start a show called The Big Bear something or other.
I can't. When's Jay gonna? Jay, when are you gonna come on my channel?
Whenever you'll have me, man.
All right.
And vice versa.
I want to get. I want Jamie as a guest, and I don't want it as like a. I don't want to do it as like a video discussion like we do on here. I want to interview you. I want to. Yeah. I'm gonna like, but I'm gonna wait a little bit of time. I think because. I know you don't want to like get like personal about stuff, but like I want to like hear about you as a kid all the way up, growing up.
Yeah,
you know what? I would love that. I love to talk about my life.
So, I know, but like I don't want to just have it where it's like, oh yeah, what are we doing? This I want to be like, so when you were 12, you gotta tell me the whole story, like all the drama, because I'll work you up, talk about like the girl that you didn't like in school, and
Oh yeah. Oh, believe me, there's a lot. There's a lot. I've had a long life. Orc, that better be you.
I know, you broke your rule.
I did break my rule.
What up?
That's what I
Yo,
tried
Jay,
to-
can I get a real
What's
talk?
up? Orc, she drank
Real
a Coke
talk.
without you.
She drank a what?
A Coke without you.
I'm drinking
Oh my
Coke
God.
tonight instead.
I have some Coke to the right of me.
I was like,
Don't
we
worry.
need Orc in here to crush a six.
I was watching a movie, man.
I think Jamie trusted because no one would ever pretend to be Orc if he wasn't Orc.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say, with the awesome title that you have for your third live show, this is a pro cast you got going on here, and
Yeah, did you like my title?
yeah,
Yeah?
I fucking love it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. Can
I
get a
thought
real
you'd
talk?
like that.
So Jay, can I get a real talk?
It's a real talk.
Jamie, you're fucking pro at life.
Thank you.
So Jamie, I have to ask you about this.
Okay.
You chose this as your thumbnail?
I laughed so hard when I saw that.
Yes, that's me going, oh no.
That's
So,
funny.
Well, I was gonna say because it looks like that looks like one of those dolls you used to see at the Hustler store. So
I've got one of those back
Wait,
here.
wait.
oh my
Cam,
God.
how much time were you spending at the Hustler store?
Yeah, how do you know that?
because in LA it's like where they have like their premier store, and every time I go down to Fangoria, we would go in there just because it was crazy, like to go into the Hustler store.
I didn't know they even
Yeah.
had an actual brick and mortar.
Oh, and it is.
Oh
It's
man,
like, but it's
you're
like
so gonna go there now,
it-
Hayden.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not dirty. It's not like some scuzzy place. It's like Macy's. It's like that
Really?
bright. Oh yeah,
Huh.
and there's like tons of people in there shopping, just touching everything.
Ew,
Interesting.
yuck.
Not like that. Everything's in plastic and stuff. You can't try things on.
Oh, wrapped in plastic, perhaps.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I'll let you guys go. Have a good night.
All right, bye, Cameron.
Night.
Bye.
All right, so I'm gonna shut this down now. So you guys all have a good night, and thanks for watching Live from the Heart. See you later.